All right. Evening. Welcome back to episode 29 of March of the Confederates. The group finds themselves in Zed's Tower. They made their way back to Silvery Moon. Got the news that LaFay is being hunted, for lack of a better term. And they did have a rendezvous with Zed in the Bright Blade. And they were interrupted by a mysterious woman who had some sort of story to share with Ray, and some kind of transaction to do. And then the party discussed a contract of sorts that we lose. We
Aaron?
lost Aaron. I'll continue to recap. The party discussed a contract of sorts and ultimately agreed to enter into that contract, following which Zed took the party back to his farm, which is just outside of town, and then took him into this little farmhouse, modest little place that he has, and invited him through a closet, which turned out to be a portal to somewhere else, where he keeps his wizard's tower. Um, and that's where they are. There's a lot of things to discuss, a lot of threads to follow up on. And so I will stop talking there and turn it over to the group.
Well, I guess one of the most pressing things that I know of is LaFay's little problem. So I will let them know. I recap the fact that I did have to spend 100 gold out of the party fund to get the immediate problem to leave town, and that will be happening within a day because this is the same day that we paid it. But also I talked to some people on the side and spent another 50 to get some more information. I didn't take it out of the party fund because I didn't have it, but 50 spent extra. And I have the option of spending another 100 on top of that to be able to get some more information about the person that's doing the hiring. I know he is a big human with reddish brown hair and a scar on his face. He's going by the name of Finn. I could, like I said, with another 100 gold, get where he's staying in town and perhaps some information about him above and beyond that if we wanted to pursue that line. Otherwise, he is going to be leaving town to the east based on some bad information that we fed him already.
Okay, so Finn is not the assassin, but he's hiring
He's the one.
the assassin?
He's the one putting the coins into the assassin machine. Yes.
Okay. And he's going to be leaving town tomorrow?
Roughly.
Roughly tomorrow, based on the bad information.
The first 100 gold that we paid was to give him bad information and to cancel the contract.
Cancel it for a day.
Well, it just canceled the person that took the job. It was bribe money to convince the person that took the job to say, yeah, they left town, they went east. I can't leave town for various assorted reasons.
Okay. This information that we gave Finn,
that we have on Finn, yes.
Is it a situation where we could meet him out there and kind of
potentially, if that's what we chose to do, we could potentially meet up with him. Certainly, there is nothing stopping him from hiring another contractor. All I was able to do was buy off the current contract.
Yeah, do we the intelligence that you got on Finn? Do we know we don't know much more than what you know. You don't know what his powers are.
I need to throw another 100 gold into the pot to get that type of information. and I'm probably not going to know things like what are his powers, unless he is an obvious wizard, for example.
Right. So if we were to go kind of, I won't say ambush him, but just approach him out to where we're sending him and try to figure out what's going on, we don't know what we're getting into.
That's right. We may be able to convince him to leave this vendetta alone. Is this someone that you know, LaFay?
No, not from my background. I don't recognize that name.
So then that suggests that whatever it is that you are being hunted for, he is not necessarily the one doing he's not the one with the axe to grind, as it were. He has been hired as an agent of someone else with an axe to grind.
Right.
I'm assuming.
I think we either pay the 100, find out a little bit more, and make a decision on that, or we just take the chance and go out and try to talk to this individual. I mean, I'm open to the idea of just going where we told him to go and meeting him. Maybe I don't show my face, maybe I'm wild shape changed, and maybe we can try to figure out something more, try to figure out what's going on.
I can't speak for anyone but myself, but just between us, as companions of the road and all, did you really do what exactly are you being accused of, and did you actually do it? I don't care if you actually did it, but it certainly helps how we approach things.
Yeah, he already said that.
I had accidentally set a village on fire and several people died. And I'm definitely feel bad about what happened. It was totally an accident, but that's not how other people are viewing this. So, and that's why they're after me.
Do they have like blood coin in the realms, Howard? Like you can pay off an accidental death as basically as just a cash penalty?
There are. I mean, everything's for sale, right?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's more acceptable than others.
And it all depends on what people will accept in that particular area. Some areas are more corrupt, where you can just, pay a certain amount of money and it all just somehow just quietly goes away. That kind of thing does happen in certain parts of the realms. In other parts, they're all law and order all the time. And
what jurisdiction was this in?
Where was LaFay's oopsie?
So his background. He's from
is it Kalashit?
Kalishman. Yeah.
Kalishman.
That's quite a ways away. That they're really. It sounds like you killed more than just villagers if they're willing to chase you this far. Are you sure that there wasn't anything else that happened? Maybe you accidentally burned it down while with the mayor's daughter or something.
Well, sorry, I'm kind of refreshing myself on my background here, but yeah, no, it's one night. I was awakened during an intense dream, and during that intense dream, accidentally set fire to the village.
You had a hot dream, huh?
Hot
It
dream.
happens to all of us.
Yeah.
The thing is that we almost can't kill this guy. We have to convince him or let him go, because if we kill him, whoever sent him is just going to send somebody else. They were
Yeah.
obviously willing to finance an expedition of this guy to chase you for what, a month's worth of travel
Yeah.
Yeah, that
across
would take
multiple
time.
countries.
Yeah.
That
It
would take
will.
time.
It will.
Because
But
they won't know he's dead. He'll just disappear in the woods. They'll
well,
think he's still on the mission, and then it'll take time to dispatch a new guy, and then we
it
can get
will.
some
It will. But
we
I
can get
just
some
want
XP off the
to
new
make
guy.
sure. I just want to make sure that we're thinking of the implications here. Anyone that has the juice to send somebody traipsing across the countryside, chasing someone for burning down a village, that's a heck of an axe to grind.
Yep.
And yeah, we could kill him, and you might even say, oh, a lot of things happen on the road. But one, whoever sent this guy is confident that he can handle most of the problems on his own. And I don't think he would be one to let it go, and he certainly wouldn't leap to the assumption of got killed by goblins on the road.
Yep.
Especially if this Finn fella is able to send back messages.
What if he got killed by a half-orc on the road?
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna know.
There are a lot of things that could happen, but if he sent back to his boss that I've got a lead on LaFay, he's heading to so-and-so from
Right.
Silvery Moon, if that message is already out,
Yeah.
then killing the agent...
Then that's great for us, because he's going to be looking in the wrong spot.
All right. As you wish.
We could just go back to the village and burn it entirely down, and then
Finish it off.
worry about it.
Oh, this got dark real fast.
Yeah, not sure I want to be part of that, and I'm an assassin.
So what's the Pasha? The Pasha have contracted with a Grand Vizier to spawn. They spawn an extraplanar assassin to kill me.
The Pasha is, for lack of a better term, a king.
Okay.
Somebody with the the authority. The Grand Vizier is either a wizard or sorcerer or soothsayer or somebody like that advises the Pasha and does his bidding.
So this extraplanar assassin, he's not necessarily the guy that's been paid off immediately to. I guess would that be Finn?
Could be.
Possibly.
Could be an extraplanar assassin just telling people, giving a public face that's convenient.
Right.
After all, you don't want to be this dripping horror walking through the street.
Yeah.
Not if it doesn't get you to your goal.
Well, Vutra gets a hold of him. He's going to be a dripping horror, all right.
I mean, I guess the only other thing I could possibly think of, I know my mother died in childbirth, giving birth to me, and I know my father really resented me for that, but somehow I doubt he resented me enough to want to kill me. So that's the only other only other aspect I could think of.
No, it's probably the village you burnt down, but
I certainly don't object to confronting this Finn on the road.
So as I recall, Jason, LaFay left in a hurry following that whole fire incident.
I didn't get a chance to explain myself. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, manslaughter, that's kind of a hard thing to,
There were villagers, there were pitchforks,
The
right.
torches were redundant at that point.
Maybe it was a setup.
maybe you were framed.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess I
Sounds
lost
like it
sound.
was.
By a one-armed man
Check
I
one.
thought it
I
was
was
the
framed by
six-fingered man.
I was
With a
framed by my resentful
prosthetic
father.
arm.
My father actually set fire to the village and blamed me.
You always blame it on your parents.
Yeah. So,
In any case, that's the info that I have. If you
Okay.
want, I can spend another $100. 100 gold.
Nah, well, let's just go. Let's just go meet this guy in the woods, and
All right. Well, I will take out the 50 gold that I had to pay for the initial or the second information.
yeah, this is getting kind of expensive, LaFay. Your
Yeah.
own little checkered past there, taxing
Anybody
the
hear
whole
me? Give me a
company.
thumbs up if you can hear
I don't
me.
mind killing people on your behalf, but paying money—that's a whole
no,
different thing.
I'm kind of okay.
You know
not-
who's probably
not
got
paying.
money? That village.
Hello.
Hello.
Listen to
We won't
the
get it burned
half
down.
kid. You just wanting to go rape and pillage. I think you got the wrong race there, my friend.
Going dark elf.
There you go.
So yeah, I don't think I want to spend another 100 gold for but more information. So I'd be up for going to meet Finn and try to figure out what's going on.
I forget the name of the to the east along the river. Was it right? Watch something or other.
So your contact said that they were going to tell this person that you all were headed to Rivermoot, which, by the way, is
That's it.
west, not east.
West, sorry.
That's what was supposed to be fed back to Finn.
Correct. Yeah.
But
You don't have any confirmation or any kind of feedback.
Yeah,
as
we don't
to-
know that he's accepted it or that he's left or not left. We don't know where he's staying currently.
all right.
There's a lot of unknowns other than he's been told Rivermoot, which is the place that we stopped at
I lost sound. Give me a
overnight when we were heading to the marsh when Senthon was still with us.
It already approached us for some job.
Okay, I got sound back.
All right, welcome back, Matt. Yes, Zed did bring up third map when we last spoke.
And what did we say? I don't remember what.
I don't think we ever did. It was it kind of got sidetracked with the contract.
Okay. Well, why don't we work out what we want to do next with a job, and then based on that, let's determine next course of action
Sure.
with Finn.
No point in extra bloodshed if it can be avoided. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can kick that can down the road if we get hard up or something.
So we're not doing anything with Finn?
It
Well,
sounds like not currently.
Okay, I missed all that because I couldn't hear anything.
Sorry.
Let's find out what the next job is, and maybe if that job is kind of on the way of where we think Finn might be or something that might work into our plans. But if not, maybe we kick it down the road.
Where did they send Finn?
Rivermoot, which is to the west along the river.
Oh, I thought they said east. Okay, so River.
I said east, and I had it flipped.
Okay, I got you. All right, I was just looking on the map where that was. That'll take him just a little while to get there. That'll be like when we went after the barge.
Correct.
A little bit farther. I think.
We stayed the night there.
Where are you viewing the map, Matt?
I have a map of Faerun pulled up.
You can just
So-
Google it.
Yeah, you can just
Point.
Google it. I don't have. It's not the best map, but it's decent.
point of clarity, Anna knows this, and she's a long time Silvery Moon. I don't know what they call their denizens, but there are ferries that run to and from River Moot to Silvery Moon.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Which
How
will get you
Florida
there
of you.
a little bit faster than traveling the road and camping along the way and so forth. You guys made a good fraction of the trip when you went into the Evermoors. You went west when you went into the swamp with chasing down the painting. So you tracked the river that direction a fair bit. You were a good ways to River Moot when you turned south and went into the swamp.
We saying we could pay a ferry to further lead them astray in the Evermoors, maybe.
No, I'm
If
talking.
LaFay's left us any money in the party funds,
Yeah.
I'm talking about a boat. At
Hey,
the
it's only
ferry.
money.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Although
well,
it would be pretty legendary to literally ride a ferry. I don't think any of you are small enough for that particular trick.
I could probably wild shape into something that I could ride on a ferry.
Yep.
You could wild shape into the ferry.
Yep.
Oh,
Then
he
Uhtred could
can't.
ride you.
No, he cannot wild shape into a ferry.
No, I can't. But that does bring up a question, Howard. If I go up a level, what's the types of animals I can change into is expanded? I guess I could look that up. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's I don't remember the conversation we had with Zed on the next job.
We didn't.
We didn't.
Okay, well then let's approach him and ask him if he has any additional work, paying work.
So he did last time you spoke. He did mention the third. So as you recall, he revealed himself to be slightly disguised. And I don't know if you noticed the graphic on your screen is a little bit different now. He's removed his wig and his beard, and
I like him better with the wig and the beard.
Yeah, he looks kind of creepy.
I dub thee Jared.
Yeah.
And
And that
similarly,
smile.
Max revealed himself as a shape changed, a pseudo dragon that's altered his appearance to be a squirrel. And in that conversation, he did discuss briefly that there is a third map in the series from the thief's daughter. That they weren't entirely sure where this one was, because all it is a map of some kind of layer or something, with no reference marks on it. But Max had a theory about it, and that he thought it smelled of sewage.
And we were talking about the four sewer systems underneath Silvery Moon?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did share that he's done a very little bit of research on it, not a lot. There are actually 4 sewer systems in Silvery Moon, 2 of them that are quite old and no longer in use, and 2 of them that are more modern, because Silvery Moon is actually 2 cities if you count the north half and the south half of the city that straddles the river.
All right. Given
So
given
each
the
of them-
age of when the map was made and the history of the city, are we able to, rule out the newer sewer systems?
Well, he hasn't even ruled determined whether or not Silvery Moon. They could be. Could be a water deep sewer for all that you
could be
know.
Sundabar, could be.
He said the problem he was having with the research, he thought it would be a simple matter of going to Sage, finding, perhaps a drawing of the old sewer system or the new sewer system, comparing it to the picture, and seeing if thief in question drawn something similar to one of those. But the old maps have been hidden away in a section of the Sage because there were problems with people doing things sewer. And so those particular maps in a restricted area of the Sage. So he's not been able to do the comparison to verify if that is in fact a Silvery Moon sewer system. If so, which one?
Was any one of us? I can't remember. Did we? Any of us have contacts there? I think we've been there before, right?
Vault of the Sages?
Yeah.
I believe, I want to say Uhtred.
Yeah.
Was doing some lore research on his religion.
Yeah.
And got a membership to the lowest level of the stacks.
There we go. Uhtred the
Well, I got a membership. I don't. Yeah, sure, okay.
Uhtred the bookworm. All right.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Get in touch with my roots.
Your roots.
So he says he's going to have physical possession of the map soon. He had given it to somebody who he thought could do better research than he could, perhaps somebody with more access. But so he doesn't have the map physically in his possession right now.
Well, shoot. The only other bit of unfinished business is going after Finn. Looks like by process of elimination, we're supposed to go after Finn.
Well, before you go too much further, he does interject. He says, I do have now that we're on more familiar terms, I do have a bit of a confession to make, if you will, in that I'm not entirely unaware of everything that you all have been doing because of this. And he leads you over to his little dais there, and on it, you'll see on the screen a little device that he has.
Crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
not entirely surprised considering how often your familiar was able to find us.
Yeah, that's not entirely an accident. Now, I will say it's quite exhausting using it. At my age, I'm not able to use it all that often. However, Max really likes using it. So he's actually seen a bit more of your adventures than I have. But with that said, I would like to know more about your trip to the mine. We only got to briefly discuss it before Ray's friend interrupted our conversation.
Yes, apologies again for her rudeness. She's been in envy of your cone of silence for some time, I'm afraid.
So, who is your friend?
One doesn't discuss his lady friends in mixed company, I suppose. But
is that humble bragging?
No, it's Ray talking bullshit because. But you don't know that.
Well,
Well, I do now.
Well, you do now, but um, she goes by the name Lady Winter. She's an associate of mine. While her goals don't necessarily align with ours, they certainly do not conflict. And I would count her an ally of sorts.
he nods his head. So very good. I don't feel the need to get out the cone of silence here. So tell me about your trip down into the mine and what you learned. Um, and then there's the disposition of the assets that go with that. Um, I believe you all had some conversation about what you're keeping and what you're salvaging. Um, but we do need to settle up with our customer on that.
So, are we wanting to recount the exchange with the dwarves? Is that what he's wanting?
Well, he just said the excursion to the mine, so I guess I would tell him everything that we encountered in brief, and then if he wants details, I would go into details, but recount the fact that we encountered a group of harpies within a day's walk from Kelb, that we encountered the mine occupied by hobgoblins
Hobgoblins,
using
kobolds.
kobolds as
Yep.
foot soldiers, and they had a hunting map that I've already turned over to the Harpers. Although we believe that we have routed them all, it's we have no way of knowing because we don't have an accurate count of how many there were to start with.
Or whether they have more than
That
one base.
we've eliminated everything minus one kobold that we encountered in the mine, and then of course the story of Narniak and Hersot, and how we, how the party was able to free them from their curse, if you will,
Purgatory.
of lingering ghosts. And then we returned back with little to note other than a pair of displacers that we dispatched along the way. The pelts of which are being tanned at. I don't know that you gave a name for it, but they're being tanned in town so that the skins are preserved. I believe they'll make a fine set of cloaks.
So
Fine.
says- what of the meddlesome third that was between the two dwarves?
Say that again.
The meddlesome third party, the
Unknown. The dwarves, the last surviving brother attempted to kill the gnome for his interference, but was weakened by the fight with his brother and perished. We know not where the gnome went from there.
Do we have a name for the gnome? I thought we did.
I think we do. I think it's in the lore. Lerwat. Lerwat. This is in the lore note that Howard added that everybody has access to.
Oh, all right. I'm just most curious whatever happened to this Lorwat character. Seems as though he was quite the meddlesome gnome, if that's not slightly redundant.
Well, we certainly could research it and find out.
Anyway, did you?
If nothing else, knowing the truth, the dwarves' clans, if it still exists, would certainly be interested in knowing about it. I also have already let the Harpers know, since I didn't know the name of the clan that used to own the copper mine. and they have agreed to pass along that information that the mine is no longer haunted, and that should they wish to reclaim it, it is theirs by right. But if they choose not to reclaim it, that our party perhaps would be interested in reopening it.
You guys want to go in the copper mining business?
Mm-hmm.
Well, more the landlord business, but
It's an industrial ore, so
Yep.
you know.
it was obviously profitable enough that the dwarves were working it for however long they were, and they only left because it was haunted. Therefore, it, in theory,
Yep.
there's still something down there. It might be worthwhile.
Be right back.
All right.
And
so
after all, if the clan abandons it, then I feel no obligation to stand by and watch a mine go shallow.
Fallow.
Fallow, sorry.
All right, very good. Yeah, I am curious which dwarven clan claims that. Probably multiple. If there's ore in there, then there's probably more than one dwarf who might be interested.
Probably. But, sometimes they just don't respond back in time, and then it's ours. But I felt like I was obligated to at least give them the chance to reclaim it. And they owe us a favor afterward.
So I posted in, I don't know if any chat, I did post in the March of the Confederates text channel a link to the spreadsheet tracking everything that you brought back. I have gone ahead and filled it out and done the math. Do we want to go ahead and close the loop on that to make sure that this is how you're going to dispose of it?
Makes sense.
So I'm opening up that. So if you do open that, the items in blue up top were what you were bound to split with your customer.
I'll be right there. Hold on.
The rest of it are items you found on your own. Things that are highlighted in green, things that you have capped and allocated to the party. Things that are highlighted in whatever that orange-red color is are things that I had noted that you were going to sell for salvage. And then at the bottom there, you will see the split and the variance, which is the money that you get beyond what you had to pay to your customer. So you came out ahead on this particular split because you didn't keep too many items. So you had 1,470 gold left over after paying your customer off. Additionally, the other items that you salvaged totaled 2,671 gold for a grand total of 4,141 gold and 74 copper pieces off the end there. If you were to split that evenly across the 6 party members, that would be a little beyond 690 gold apiece.
What was that again?
690.
Okay.
And I didn't know if you were going to keep any into the party fund, or I just did the math for you. You guys decide what you're going to do.
Let's put it in crypto.
That's very helpful.
Yeah, I think we have we put some in the party fund. I think that's to make decisions a little bit easier.
What was the even split? 600 and what?
690.
So let's just each toss in 90 gold each into the party fund,
I'm
and
okay
have
with that.
600 for ourselves. I mean, 90
Is that
gold a
enough
person.
to cover party expenses,
That's
for
more
the
than
short
enough to
term?
cover party. Yep. Well,
Yeah,
considering
you
I
know.
had to spend 100, I had to spend 150 party funds already just for LaFay, so that would more than cover back that cost.
Maybe we should throw some more in so we can get some more information for me too.
That's an option.
Yeah, well, let's stop calling it the party fund and just call it LaFage slush hush money fund.
Right.
Sure,
I
there's
didn't say
I'm sure
that.
there's
But, you know.
I'm
You know
sure
what?
there's
You know,
some drug
It-
dealers and hookers out there who probably need to be paid off too. So
Uhtred, if you happen to have an assassin coming after you, we can dip into that fun also.
you need to. If you have a assassin come after me, you'll know where to find me.
I can't imagine that anyone as deliberate and even-handed as Uhtred ever had.
Right. And I'm not going to change shape to hide from him.
I
just
can't
gonna
imagine
stand
that
in the city
Uhtred would
square.
leave behind witnesses.
Let loose. I'll let him take the first shot.
So
But
are we good? 600 each to us, and then 90 each to the fund.
Yeah, I think that's a start. Yeah.
So that
All
would
right.
be 500, and I'd be
Yeah, that's a lot of money for a party fund.
so yeah, it would be 3,600 that comes out of the 41.72 that would go to party fund.
Well, it'd be
Okay, I'm
How many
adding
we
that
got?
into the note now. So the party fund now has 1,057 gold.
And you all added 600 to your end of it.
Oh, I didn't realize we had that much.
I will be, yeah. So that's saved. And now to add 600 to my personal.
Do we add that to D&D and Beyond or the game, or does it matter?
Well, add it to D&D Beyond to be sure. In fact, that's your character sheet of record. So, Mike, you were saying that there's a way to upload changes. So, if you were to make changes,
Yeah.
get reflected.
So
back
if you
into
click on like Ray's character sheet and you do the D&D Beyond importer, normally the first option is highlighted under character ID as import character, but if you go 2 over, there's update D&D Beyond. Oh.
So you could keep track of everything in the game. I would just have to upload it before you level up.
I would be careful because I don't know how D&D Beyond would cope with things like custom items.
Yeah, I don't mind updating things in D&D Beyond. I think that probably makes sense.
Yeah, and then I just always pull down from there. So the challenge there is that if you decide to going to permanently change your character sheet, I'm not sure what it would be, but you need to make that change in D&D Beyond as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So Uhtred, how much gold you got now?
Stand by.
Don't tell him, Uhtred. It's a trap.
733, but it's
How
really
much?
like 33 plus 700 to pay for your added expenses.
You should be paying me just to have you in your presence. So.
Yeah, I was here first, buddy. If you're buying into the club,
All right. So we are all adding 600 to our
personal money.
coin purse.
Correct.
don't go partying with LaFay.
Unless he's
It's a hot
picking up the
time, man.
tab.
It's a hot time.
Yeah, we know about the last village that had a party with you.
Hey, that was an accident.
Was that an alcohol related incident?
Passed out, woke up.
Illicit drugs and alcohol were all involved.
Yeah.
All right. So that closes the book on your.
It does.
You all have those other items.
Yeah, I
There are a
believe
lot of-
the rest of the party was going to be taking them. The
there are a lot of
potions and
healing-
whatnot.
Healing potions and so forth.
Yeah, we divvied that up, right?
I believe so.
I know.
All right. Then there is the matter of the item still have previous.
Karen, you're. I don't know if anybody else is. You're cutting out for me occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I?
It's kind of that same issue that happens occasionally.
Well, I'm not using the noise suppression from the voice meter. I'm using strictly Discord's noise. So let me make some adjustments here. So I'm going to boost the gain a little bit and see if that helps. How about that?
So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good, but it happens so intermittently that we'll know over the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if it continues to be a problem. My only problem with boosting gain too much is you might hear noises from beyond.
Little Jimi Hendrix distortion.
Well, like for instance, Carla's upstairs running the garbage disposal right now, so
Right.
I try to walk the line between picking up extraneous sounds. So hopefully it won't be too bad. So then there was Zed says the item previous adventure, and that's this blue vial, and I'm hustling to pull that up onto.
Oh, yes. I think I saw one of these in Waterdeep once.
Did you?
It was an ill-fated item. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Did you seriously say that you saw something like that in Waterdeep? Or are you just making a...
Yeah. Ray's been around.
Like a record.
I was there briefly on a job. It didn't work out. I was supposed to top some Ponce, but he ended up ripped in half. I had nothing to do with it.
Mm.
So he explained to you last time during last session that this he suspects is pure magical essence. That he's going to try to get with the master potion maker to see what he can do with it. But he advises that this will probably attract a lot of. It is extremely unusual to find pure magical essence like this distilled in the raw. And you all rolled a little bit of history checks to try to determine if you had ever heard or had any experience with anything like this. And I want to say the only person that had, I forget who it was. Who was
I
successful?
don't think it was me. But I don't remember either.
I honestly have no clue.
I want to say it was Anna.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Anna. You put it one and one together and assumed it perhaps something that came from what you had heard, the sweating stone. But nobody else made any lore connection. Actually, you guys actually rolled pretty poorly last time around. I was a little surprised by that. So he's not entirely sure what this is worth, but he thinks Zodphase some time to experiment with it, that he will give a fair offer, that he can use that to enhance the potency of his potions, and therefore increase the prices of those potions, and compensate you based upon what that increased value would be. And I believe you all agree that that's probably the best course of action to get the value out of this.
Oh yeah.
Trying to sell it outright might attract attention that you don't want.
Yeah.
What else can you do with it besides potions?
You could drink it and see what happens.
So he kind of scratches his chin. He says, well, magic creation, either casting a spell, creating a potion, or scribing a scroll, or any kind of magical process that draws magic from the environment, puts it into work, would benefit from this being infused into that process. But it's a little bit dangerous because it's hard to know how much included, and you could have disaster if you put too much into a particular process. Your fireball scroll may produce.
You cut out.
Howard, just to let you know, you cut out again.
All right, I'm repositioning the microphone. Your magical item may become.
Yeah, keep cutting out, Howard. All right.
I think we get the gist of it, though.
Well, okay. I've turned off the automatic gain. I don't know why that was set on from Discord. That's probably the problem. Let's try that and see if it's a little bit more balanced.
Oh.
It seems like my mic is staying hot, though. Now it's a little too sensitive.
Well, we're hearing you fine. I can let you know that at this point.
Well, I'm glad you're hearing me, but now I'm seeing my box just light up and stay lit up. And it's lighting up when I'm not even talking. So I'm turning the gain down on the microphone, which I had turned up. Yeah, it's actually picking up my breath as I'm breathing. All right, let's try that. All right, so let's go through that explanation just real quick, just as a test. So he said this probably can be used in any kind of magical creation. It can be infused into creating a potion, enchanting an item, even casting a spell. But without knowing how much to put in, at what point, and what juncture, it could be very dangerous and very disastrous. The magical equivalent of how much fire do you pour, how much gasoline do you pour on the fire? A couple drops produces an interesting result. A couple gallons produce an explosion.
I can think of some interesting ways to use it. But you're probably
Let's use it as napalm.
yeah, magical napalm.
That could be fun if it worked into a contact poison.
All right.
So he does wonder who gathered this and how was it gathered. It would be good to learn that.
This was from the mine, and I don't remember where exactly we got it.
This is not from the mine.
It's not.
This is previous.
Oh,
This is from the crypt.
Right. I don't know a whole lot about that particular series of events because that was when I was out. But yeah, you guys found it in the crypt. The crypt with the dwarf and his elvish wife and the kids.
Right. Yeah.
You remember it was when LaFay got turned to stone that one time.
Mm-hmm. We performed field surgery on a.
Yes, we did. We did.
Wasn't there a couple of crypts we couldn't open?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, we could always go back and investigate if that's the job. I'm sure LaFay wouldn't mind getting out of the city for a while.
Yeah, I guess we could ask him, how interested are you in knowing where this came from in terms of, is this something you would consider a job for us?
Well, no, I would have no way of knowing how to profit from that.
You're just curious.
I'm curious. That's part of my nature. I study magic. I study magical items. So this very much fascinates me.
Okay.
However, whatever process produced this is a very interesting one. It's hard to distill magic, and it's hard to contain it.
Okay. Where was that crypt?
In the Silverwood.
Yep.
I'm sorry, where?
It was a 2 days walk along the river and then into the Silvery Wood.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Right. South.
Correct.
South along the river into the Silvery Wood. Okay.
Very good. He says one more thing. I do not ordinarily allow visitors here for obvious reasons. I'm going to trust you all. Keep my location secret. This is my little sanctuary. I prefer my solitude. I prefer my privacy. So please don't bring anyone here other than the group of you. And please only do so at my invitation. I think it's best that we continue to meet in the city, so that you are not all seen coming and going from this farm. Um, I don't want anyone who might be coming after you to decide to come here and disturb my peace and quiet. I only showed you this place to let you know that now that we have a more formal relationship, I hope that's a relationship of trust.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Says the wanted man.
Says the man who won't give us his real name.
So, if you wish, I plan to meet up with the researcher tomorrow to get the map back, and to see what, if anything, he was able to learn in the Vault of the Sages. And I can give you the third map.
Tomorrow.
Correct.
Howard, I'm having although you're not breaking up, the volume's very low for me. I'm not sure if other people are experiencing that.
Yep.
Workable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's workable, but I'm struggling a little bit to hear you, and then others come in and it's super loud because I have my volume up.
Ah!
Don't scare me like that. Jeez.
You failed your fear saving throw.
All right, so I boosted my gain inside the application. Let's see if that produces a little better volume level.
Still pretty low, but
Golly. All right, let's try that one more time. I'm now getting feedback through your computer. Is that any better?
it's still low. I'm not.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's low, but we'll make do.
Okay. Very good. So, where are you all going to go from here?
We're meeting with him tomorrow. Where?
At the Bright Blade.
Yep. Conry, didn't your master say that you should visit the vaults?
What was that in regards
Guess
to?
not. The freeing of the souls of the dwarves.
Oh yeah, to have it inscribed. Yeah. To talk about the history of the mine and the brothers and give the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So we've got until tomorrow to go to the Bright Blade and get the map.
Yeah, I'd stay low, LaFay. The money was only paid just today,
Right.
so Finn is almost certainly still in town.
Making preparations.
But his hired assassin is not going to take action.
No, but if he sees you, he might. And certainly, even if he doesn't attack you, if he sees you, it's certainly going to kill the story that we've left town.
Mm-hmm. But he was well disguised.
Well, he was disguised as a cat before, but he's not now.
You rolled, and he has a very good disguise.
Oh, yeah, I rolled. Yeah. Yeah, the shoe polish. Yes.
Yeah. I've since taken my disguise off, right?
I didn't think you did because we went to the Bright Blade, And then from the Bright Blade out here.
Okay, I couldn't remember once I found out the assassin was that I had 24 hours if I took it off or not.
Even if you didn't take it off, it's not going to last forever.
Yeah. Yeah, you rolled exceptionally well on that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like 30 something.
Yeah. Okay, so
Very good
do we have any business to take care of otherwise in Silvery Moon before tomorrow, or are we just gonna go to an inn and hang out?
We're going to the dojo. I'm going to the dojo once I leave the sages, the vault of the sages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we all want to stay at the dojo?
That's where I stay, regardless, because I'm invested in most of my money in other things.
So, Jason LaFay, when he was in town, he was staying with some of the druids of Maliki, if you recall.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to split up or do we want to stay together?
I would stay together if I were.
I mean, I don't mind going to the dojo if that's.
Yeah, he's already. The master had already said that it was fine.
Right, and we explained my situation to him, right? I remember.
Yep.
So, I think maybe we make our way there. Where are we now? I know we're at Zed's
Farmhouse.
secret hideout.
We're at his farmhouse on the outside of town.
Okay.
In a pocket
So
dimension.
We're outside the walls, specifically.
Okay. Do we want to just stay here? Does Zed care if we stay here? Or
He kind of implied that he didn't really want us hanging around.
Okay.
It's yeah, no sleepovers at Zed's.
Okay, I get it. I don't blame him. Got some guy like Uhtred around. I wouldn't want to hang around much there either. All right.
He's got a lot of breakables in his lab, though.
Yeah, Uhtred's not too sensitive either. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's head to the dojo then.
Brad, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Yep. Thankfully, you're muted, Brad.
Anymore.
Oh no. Here we go. I'll go ahead and wild shape back into a cat as we enter back through town to the dojo.
Gonna ask Anna to carry you around again.
Yeah, that'll work. Mind carrying me, Anna?
No, not at all.
I am cute.
She might claim you as her familiar.
Right.
When she puts a collar on you, you know you're done.
Yeah. Yep.
But I will remind Anna that they do suggest spading and neutering your pets.
Yeah.
The popcorn are special.
She gonna microchip me?
Yep.
All right, so I guess I'll use one of my wild shape. I can't remember if we've had a short rest since I used the last one, but
I don't think so.
No.
Not sure.
Did we sleep at the dojo?
No, not yet.
No, we only hung out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there a
Yeah, you're still on the same day that you came back into town.
All right.
And it's getting late.
All right, let's go do a long rest at the dojo.
Do I have time to go to the Vault of the Sages?
Oh yeah, it's just afternoon. If you want to stop by the Vault of the Sages, you going by yourself?
So Howard, I'm showing wild shape 2 of 2. I guess that doesn't seem right. Because I did change into a cat to enter the city the first time.
It's because I imported your character.
Yeah, you want me to just take it down to 0 now?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. I see it down to 0.
I will say, if I'm not mistaken, your wild shape's changed on short rest, not long rest, right?
Yeah, it's short rest. Have we done a short rest?
Well, a short rest is just a period of 30 minutes when you're not in combat and you're just
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll take it to 1.
okay. As long as you're not exerting yourself or doing anything, you can read a book during short rest or study a
Okay.
magic item or something like that, and it's still get in a short rest.
Did Zed say who this friend was at the that was studying the map?
No.
Did I have a
Ask
chance?
him.
Yeah, I did have a chance to ask him before we leave.
Oh, have we left?
Not yet.
Who is your friend who is studying the map?
It's somebody from the university that I trust. I don't trust a lot of people at the university. They're very political there. I have made a couple of contacts, and that is one of them. He does have access to the vault. He was going to try to see what he could learn. I was going to meet him tomorrow for lunch. I'm not optimistic, but I figured it was worth a shot for him to go see what he could see.
Okay. I was just asking because I was going to go to the vault. Okay.
Anything else with Zed?
No. Uhtred, you want to go to the Vault of the Sages?
No.
Okay.
Richard's got better things to do.
Yeah.
What did he want me to go to the Vault of Sage? Oh, for the sewer thing, right?
Well, I just figured you were the paying customer there, but I was gonna go and recount the thing with the dwarves to the sages.
I thought you were to go to the bards.
The Harpers. I already told the Harpers about it. And being Harpers, they'll tell everyone else.
I think
But-
Anna was going to go talk to the bards.
Yeah,
She's got the secret handshake.
she does.
Okay.
All right, anything else before?
No. Mm.
You know what I forgot to do because I paused it for testing the video. I wasn't playing ambient music. You guys are supposed to remind me when I'm not setting up this stuff. I had all new music selected for this week. I think you'll like it. All right, so he very quickly he takes you back. Zed takes you back through the entrance you came through on the left there. As you pass through what looks like an empty wall, you feel lightheaded and a little bit hazy, and it seems to take a little bit of time, but you reappear back into his little cottage, and then you find yourself passing through there to the farm. We can show the farm real quick. Who do we lose?
Brad, you there?
Yeah.
We got everybody.
from there, it's a short trip back down the road, slightly south towards the north side of the city, and back through the north gate. The guards, of course, as they always do, eye the half orc with a bit of profiling, if you will, checking him out. But they ultimately let you into the city, and they don't seem to think twice about Anna and her cat. And you find yourself back in the city of Silvery Moon.
And the dojo is down by the Maliki's Glade. Correct?
The dojo?
Yep.
It's right about here,
Okay.
which is very close to Maliki's Glade. You're correct.
Oh, right next to the Vault of Sages. All right.
Yes, it is very close to the Vault of Sages and the open air amphitheater.
Yep. We're very much at the metropolitan area, the heart of the
That
the
is-
city.
That's the kind of a little cultural heart of this the city. The Felucon, the Bard's performance area,
Mhm.
is also not too far from there. If I'm not mistaken.
Ladies College is
Yeah,
just
and
down the
get-
street.
No, I am mistaken. The Felucon's on the other side of the river. Where is that? Sorry, I'm. Am I not seeing? Is the Felucon not on this map? Labeled on this map?
Mm.
It's not. Aaron, do you recall the Felucon's on the south side of the river, right?
It's down the road from the ladies' college, I believe.
Yeah, it's. I thought on the east side, where the river bends there. It's just not labeled on the
Mhm.
map.
Hmm.
This must be a older map that I have here. My apologies. Anyway, it's a bit of a cultural center there. You do have the Performing Arts Center, the Ladies College, Maliki's Glade, the Felucon, all within a kind of that little quarter there in the
Mhm.
southeast side of the city. So you were all going to the dojo?
No,
Yeah.
I'm going
Oh,
to the
I am.
Felucon.
I'm going to the dojo.
Yeah, I'm going to the dojo and then right next.
I
door
have
to the-
some notes to make.
Who wants to take care of Fanny's cat for him?
Well, why don't you just come by the dojo and then take off from there?
Yeah, drop me off at the dojo.
Well, it's either that or I've got this sack.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You throw me in a
But
sack.
I kill him.
Right by the river.
Yep.
Nothing comes to mind, but
Wow. Can you feel the love? I can feel the love.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do that, you should have done that before you paid the 100 gold pieces.
you're right. You're right. We've got a sunk cost now. We can't.
Oh, God.
Buffet? Never heard of it.
He's that ass who runs out on his debts, isn't he?
Huh. Why didn't they go to the map house instead of the Vault of the Sages for that map?
The map house does have a lot of maps, but that's not one that they copy and sell because most people don't want a map of the sewers.
Okay.
Who wants to go down in the sewers? So they sell, hey, how can I get to Waterdeep? How can I get to?
It's a very unique
Agony?
clientele that wants to
Yeah.
hang out in the sewer.
Yeah.
Well, and he said earlier that the map of the sewers is top secret so
Yeah,
that people don't do nefarious things down there.
Well, there was.
Sounds like
he
my
alluded
kind of
to the
plan.
fact there was an incident long ago, but there was an incident where Malorites had actually used that to build a little temple down below the city.
Yeah, I had to pay to spray for those things down here. Malorite infestation.
So Malor, for those who don't know, is the patron deity of shape changers, including
Mhm.
werewolves, were-rats, were-boars, were-tigers, shape changers. He's not known as a. He's not very well liked by a lot of the other deities. All right, so most of
Kind of like the Fae.
So most of the group is going to the dojo. Anna is going to slip over to the Balukon. And Conry was going to go to the Vault of the Sages.
Yep, next door.
Yeah. All right, so Aaron, I will say that that conversation that we had will now have happened.
Okay.
So after you meet up with your parents, you now have that additional bit of information. Conry, are you going to let everyone else know what you learn at the the Vault of the Sages?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm
Well, I'm
more
just
giving
saying,
them information. Yeah.
Well, can I leave them all in the channel? Are you
Yeah.
going to do any private business that you wouldn't want to share with the party?
I have no private business with the Vault of the Sages.
I didn't think so, but I did want to ask.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I was like, I'm giving them information.
Okay. So.
Wanky.
I will need to. Set the mood here a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to turn your volume up, Howard, if you're going to have any kind of music or anything played, because I really have to strain to hear you.
If you go into, oh, you mean to hear him?
Yeah,
Because you can turn the
I
music
I tried
down.
that. All the players are listed at half volume, and he's listed at full volume.
Huh.
But I don't know, but
So
it's hard to hear.
So in Discord, if you right-click on my face,
Uh-huh.
you can.
User volume's up all the way.
You've got it.
Yeah,
up
no,
all
I
the way?
checked that. Your volume, you're up all the way. Everybody else is at half volume, and you're at all the way.
All right, so you can maybe turn down the music volume in game, so you have your own volume controls in the game.
Okay.
Where is that at?
So there's a little musical note up top.
Oh, there's global volume controls.
So you can turn down the
Okay.
volume. Does that help balance things out?
Yeah, your volume's just really low, and
All right, let's try one more thing here.
I mean it works. Don't get me wrong, but not great.
Try that.
It's a lot better. I'm gonna turn my music back on.
All right. Let's see if I'm cutting in and out now.
You haven't really cut in and out, but he was just what he was saying was just your volume was low now.
Yeah, that was the cutting out problem. Seems to have been fixed.
Well, so what I did was I turned off the automatic gains to eliminate the cutting in and out problem, and it introduced a volume problem. So now I'm trying to balance the two.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm still cutting in and out. We'll try that.
Yeah, give it a try. We'll let you know if you cut out. It happens periodically, so we won't know until we kind of go through it for about 5 minutes.
All right, well, I'll leave the settings up and I'll continue to jack with them.
Yeah.
All right, let's get players in here. We need Connery. Just in case he needs to do some dice rolling here.
Yep.
Last little bit here. The music's actually getting a little bit loud on mine. Put down a half notch there. What do y'all think of the new music?
Heroic.
The Hobbit. So
Inspiring.
When I run Discord, all I can hear is Discord. There's something up with the.
We're gonna study the shit out of this. We got epic music.
Well, we don't want to do anything halfway, do we?
Right.
You know, if you're gonna read an epic story, you gotta have the tunes.
Right.
All right, where are my notes? So you go in initially into the vault, and you're greeted by a clerk right out front there, who asks to see your membership.
Membership? We don't need no stinking membership.
Did I get a membership card?
Yeah, don't we have a library card or something?
That's why I freaking asked you to come along. You know. No.
Is it a tattoo?
I'll introduce myself. I am Madala Aladari.
Ding dong.
Yeah, Malala Ding Dong. Mr. Banana Head. I don't know. I'm your next door neighbor over here at the dojo. And
I'm with the Neighborhood Merchant Society.
yes. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior? Shoot. Master Dragoch sends his regards, and he recommended that I come see you about maybe adding to your records.
Oh, you're not here to study. You're actually trying to contribute to the knowledge vault.
Absolutely. The order has always been that way.
Very good. What is the nature of the information you're trying to share?
Historical in nature, filling in information on the surrounding area. I'm an adventurer. I'm with a group of adventurers, and we encountered some things in in one of the old dwarven mines that had been abandoned due to some unfortunate events, and maybe we can fill in some history for the family of dwarves, certainly for those that wish to know that it might be of interest to them. Obviously, knowledge is power, and it would be good
Very
to
good.
have this information down.
I'm going to assume then you need a lore master who deals mostly with dwarven lore.
Dwarven
find
and
someone.
there was a gnome involved as well.
Okay, those are going to be two different people. Are we talking dwarven lore?
Well, they'll have to parse that out. I assume. I mean, I'm guessing a rather famous gnome involved. I don't know. It depends on if you guys even have any information on him. Certainly, it can fill in some blanks if they're there, but it's about the primary protagonist in the story is two dwarven brothers, but there was a third party involved who was a gnomish. What was he? Was he a mage or a sorcerer?
I don't believe we know other than spellcaster.
Yeah, spellcaster, possibly a con man. Don't know.
No, he definitely had magic, but yeah,
he definitely was a spellcaster. So it might be good to. I mean, your dwarven lore master may be like, hey, I need to call this other guy in, the gnome guy. Yeah. I know it's on short notice, but we have some gnome stories. More of a short story.
Right,
it's a short form.
Yeah.
Very, very good. He looks slightly annoyed.
Why?
He says, "I'll see if I can find a lore."
Why are you annoyed? I'm sorry. I thought that's what you guys would want to hear the information.
Just kick him. Kick him. Break him to your will. Fury of blows.
I apologize.
He says, please wait here. I'll see if I can find a lore.
Oh, you'll find a lore.
Let's see if we can find a lore inside of him.
Don't come back if you don't have a dwarf lord in your pocket.
Yeah. Is it a dwarf lore master in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, God.
Hey, maybe we could do that one-on-one.
Right.
Since that's not a whole party thing.
Although Zed was kind of interested in what... Wasn't Zed kind of interested in some of that information?
He did show some interest in that, but...
And it might not...
I don't think Luker's killed anything in like 6 weeks.
Uh-oh. He's got to go kill the lore master now.
Going on 7. We're not going to make it to 8, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Sounds like he's a
Start
he's
finding
a follower
random
of
denizens inside Silvery Moon to pick a fight.
Sounds
I think
like
you just have to go out in the woods and choke something to death.
Oh my god.
Hopefully it's
Find a
not
possum.
himself. Choke yourself. Not with your hand, with my hand.
That's good raccoon.
Sounds like he's a follower of Yin Log or whatever that demon is. Always gotta have a fight.
So Brad is suggesting that maybe this session. Do you
Doesn't matter.
want to do it on a one-on-one session, or I'm leaving? We can resolve this.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, if it's going to be beneficial to the game, you can do it. But I mean, if it's going to take us for an hour, then yeah, we could do this on the side.
I'm here to just run things.
Well, that's
You
kind of
guys
an
just
informational thing for Zed that they're. I mean, yeah, he's going to put it. I mean, because if it was just him putting it into the legend books or whatever, the lore books, you could just say he did that. But you got to role play it because he wants to get information out of this lore guy or whatever to give to Zed. And I mean, 5 of us sitting here watching you two
Right.
go through that. I don't know if that's.
all right. So say you all.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we will say that Conry has some undetermined interaction within the sages, and concludes his business shortly thereafter. Returns to the dojo.
What's their membership
I'll waive all
fee, by
that
the way?
if he'll flurry of blows that guy.
Right. Now that you've wasted my time.
I'll sit through the rest of it just to wop 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 wop.
I challenge you to a duel.
You and all your little lore masters.
Yes.
I hear the pen is mightier than the
That's a good
sword.
way to get kicked out of the city.
What's it cost?
What do you write this down for the new lore?
Yeah. How about this for some lore? What's it cost to get a membership to the Vault of Sages, by the way?
It depends on what level of access you want.
Oh, Connery probably wants full access. He wants to go through every doorway.
Yeah.
The most modest is 10 gold pieces a month.
I can see
Been a
why
while.
they're so lavishly decorated here. I'm good.
Well, LaFay would just pay for it out of party funds, I think. So,
Yeah.
Well, we got plenty.
I think
Yeah.
that's going to be a running thing now.
Yep.
That's right. It is. Yeah. Yeah. That's my style of humor, unfortunately.
Yep.
Of course, guy lives in California. Why is he going to pay for it himself when he can get, everybody else to pay for it for him?
Right.
Well, if you're going to go that route, it's usually going in the other direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he a minority?
LaFay?
No, I mean California pays out more than we get back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But they all say, but the knock is that they all say, well, we got plenty of money. Might as well, that's a good cause. Let's spend it. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's the wrong side of the political aisle for me. So.
Do you feel a little dirty now?
Yeah. It's in my sordid past.
I was gonna say, are you gonna pick a fight with Mickey now? Because
No.
that is the thing there.
It's a moral. I'm gonna have a moral confrontation with Mickey the Mouse.
I think Mickey's gonna cut a he's gonna
Moral
cut somebody.
outrage.
All right, so what are we doing next? Dojo.
So Connery returns back to the dojo after a brief couple hours, I would suppose, over there.
Little spring in his step, whistling. Yeah. Make everybody wonder.
So that's the kind of services they provide.
Make everybody wonder. the
No
hell?
wonder they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Depending on whether or not
Right next to the college.
Right.
picked
You
a
know,
fight with a lore
students-
master.
Those students got to earn money too.
Yep.
We'll
They are
assume that
right
he did.
next to the door.
We'll assume that he did not get thrown out on his ear.
Yep. I won.
Well, he didn't get a roll initiative. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, he can roll initiative, but what happens thereafter? He can go first. Would be over pretty quick, but
Mhm.
don't want to mess with the bards there at the Vault of the Sages. They take their lore pretty seriously there.
Right.
Spoony bards.
It's pretty
All right, so everyone but Anna is back at the dojo. Anna, given your news, do you stay the night before meeting up with the party, or do you go back to them immediately?
Well, I mean, since it sounds like that issue. Hear me?
You cut out there, I think, because you said it sounds like that
well,
issue.
it
and
sounds
then
like
was
that issue was, video back off.
No, we see you. It just you didn't finish your sentence.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if I should turn my video off again, because I was having audio issues. That's why I turned the video off to begin with.
Yeah, that might be wise. Boy, we're having all kinds of technical.
Yeah, let me
Apologize to all
yeah,
the
let me
viewers
try
out
and turn
there.
my video.
I can just see our subscriber base going down.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to really hurt our
That's all
revenues.
right.
Yeah. We're
We'll say
losing.
We're gonna have our subscriber base cut in half to
Right.
what, 2, 3?
Internet money.
Pretty soon. Pretty soon it'll be like
Well,
CNN
I mean, it
Plus.
sounded like that issue.
I'm Chris Wallace, and never mind.
I thought it would be more like Chris Hansen.
Right.
Just take a seat over here.
I don't watch any of them, so.
I'm sure LaFay will be happy to buy beverages for all of our viewers with our party money.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He's not gonna let that go.
Mike, if you don't know Brad, if it's a joke worth
Yeah.
telling, it's a joke worth running into the ground.
Gotcha.
Exactly. It's the David Letterman School of Humor.
Yeah.
You say the joke so many times, you get laughs out of it. Then you say it a bunch more times, you don't get laughs out of it. Then you say it a bunch more times, and you start getting laughs out of it again because people are like, "Can you believe we're still talking about LaFay spending money out of the party?"
Gotcha.
Yeah, 35 years later.
Right.
All right, so Aaron, I didn't quite hear
Was
what.
Brad talking?
No, Uhtred was.
It sounded like Brad.
So Aaron, I didn't quite hear what your response was. Were you staying at the Flucon the night, or?
Well, I mean, it sounds like that issue was kind of resolved already. That person was paid off, so
Okay.
I don't know if there's any urgency for me to go to the dojo right now.
All right, so you're gonna get a night's sleep in your own bed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, screw
It's
you guys.
LaFay. Who cares? You know.
We didn't know when we didn't actually find out when what's his nuts Jimbo or whatever was leaving town. Did
Ben.
we?
We did not. We chose not to pay the 100 gold.
Because you were too cheap, Uhtred.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was your idea.
I know LaFay wasn't the one who said don't pay it.
Yeah.
So,
Surprised you didn't just pay it out of party funds, right?
we could go camp out and see if we can. Of course, he's not going to leave in the middle of the night.
I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
bounty.
Yeah.
It's a bounty hunter and assassin. He might take off as soon as
He's
he
not
hears.
though, is he? He's just a guy who hires bounty hunters and assassins.
Maybe.
We didn't
don't know
find
that.
out all that because we didn't pay.
Yeah, we
Because
didn't.
you were
We don't
too
know that.
cheap.
The only thing that I was able to pass along was the basic facts plus my theories based on past experience. A friend told me. Yeah, that's it. A friend told me
What was the theory part?
that he is not necessarily, based on LeFay's description, he's not the one that's behind everything. He is merely an agent who is in turn hiring subcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that if we kill him, we're only delaying. Whereas if we can somehow convince him to give it up or report that LeFay has been dealt with, that would be fine. Or if there's a way to pay reparations.
For LeFay to pay.
Yeah, I just said to pay. I didn't say who.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Yeah.
Yes, comrade. We are not going.
Yeah, well, it
those
seems
were the
like to
options,
me-
but I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's staying. I don't know when he's leaving town. I don't know what route he's taking.
I do agree with you that, even if we kill this guy, somebody else is going to end up following him. But the only way to really, it's interesting, the idea to pay him to go back to his bosses and say the job is done, but
or even to pay reparations, because if they're true villagers, like in the quote air quote villager sense, that only make like a couple of gold a year, if they're lucky. If we had a number of people that were killed, LeFay could pay out that amount in gold.
Yeah, but those aren't the people who are hiring an extraplanetary.
Right. But it might cause them to
predator to come
remove
after him.
the petition. I think that there's something going on that maybe LeFay is not aware of, because that's a hell of a grudge to have over a burned village.
Yeah.
That you would not only chase them out of your country, but then you would have them followed and offer up blood money for them.
At great distance, too.
At a great distance and a great expense.
It's about 1,500 to 1,000 miles from here.
Right.
Maybe we need to kill the Pasha.
Yeah.
That's a much bigger ask. If
Maybe
you want to talk
that's
about that,
involved.
we can discuss contracts later if you want to talk about that.
For those keeping score at home, Uhtred has suggested assassinating the ruler of a foreign land, burning down the village, picking a fight with a lore master. Is there anyone who picked a fight with, or at least suggested doing so?
Zed.
At least he's consistent with his characterization.
Right.
Although last session, I did ask if I could kill the people who worked for Zed for XP.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The farmers?
Yeah.
The innocent farmers.
He
Well,
is,
nobody's totally innocent, right, LeFay?
No, it is.
Notice has been given.
Oh my goodness.
So,
we could try and convince him. We could try and pay him off, but I think unless we can deal with it decisively, to where Finn will report that it is successful, or in some way to make him believe that he was successful.
What do we see on my dead body?
Touch of death.
Well,
Touch of almost death.
weren't you mentioning that you could feign death? That like it was completely. I mean, as long as he doesn't decide to make sure by like knocking your head off and taking it back.
Right? Yeah, we couldn't let that happen. That'd be awful.
Yeah. I guess that the idea is that you wouldn't let him do that, but we've come up with a story about
that would
wanting
be
to get me
terrible.
some burial in one piece or something. I don't know.
That would be terrible. We could never let that happen.
Maybe he'll be satisfied with a smaller piece.
Yeah, finger. Yeah.
Or something else.
We could never let that happen.
Never let that happen. I got you.
We could scalp him. You know,
Oh,
I am
that
I
one
am,
was-
I am pretty
We
good.
could just
I mean, I
just-
think it would be cool to be known as Five Finger LaFay.
Yeah.
Frankie fucking Four Fingers. We could just kill a cat and say he changed into a cat, and we killed him as a cat.
I'm thinking magic would
Here's the
probably
cat's
reveal
body.
that it was just a cat.
You know, I'm pretty good at carving up monsters. I think we could do a good job on you. An ear? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, have we thought about diplomacy and shipping maybe one of those disruptor pelts to that Sultan or Pushta or whatever that,
Disruptor pelts.
yeah, and say,
The
hey,
Muslims-
you know, our
They're
friend's
the
not a bad
Muslims
guy.
of Faerun. They're the Muslims of Faerun. There's no reasoning with them.
Are you saying that they've declared a fatwa against
Yes,
LaFay?
yes.
Oh my God.
So this
Are we actually saying that?
this Jimbo guy or whatever his name is actually Mujahideen.
You burned down his favorite goat, I think is the joke that Brad's looking for.
You got Hashans after you.
Mm. Mm.
Well, that's where
Hashtag.
assassins comes from. You know, it's from
Yep.
guys smoke a bunch of hash.
Right.
Hashans.
Mm.
I don't know. Let's go find this guy and we can talk to him. and then just-
Interrogate him. We're just gonna ask him some questions.
We'll put the terror into interrogation.
Right.
And then if he's not being reasonable, then we'll dig a hole in the woods and he'll just be another lost body on the roadway there. Be better if he was going east. When you
So
said
many
east,
questions, but Uhtred's answer is always the same.
Yeah.
Something
Right.
like that.
I said we could talk to him. We could talk to him and see, if he's reasonable.
He's really going for the something's got to die.
Right. I don't think corpses are going to answer you.
Be, some sort of lawful alignment thing where he made a promise to this Pasha guy and he can't break it because of his alignment or whatever, and then he's got to die. But maybe he's chaotic and he can lie his ass off in each case. Because we could pay this guy and then he could go back and just say,
Well, that's what I was saying. Is we could either pay him off as a bribe or pay him off as a penalty. Or I keep saying we. I'm sorry. LaFay could pay him off or pay the fine, and then send him back with the money, and then make sure we get a receipt. And then he would have paid his debt.
Yeah, there's a lot more to this though that
yeah,
we're
because
still
we don't
missing.
even know that there's a tithe or a weregeld or whatever you want to call it that he can pay.
Correct.
They just may want his head. In which case, it doesn't do any good to talk to him. We might as well.
Well, you're from there, LaFay. What's the course of judgment in these cases?
Judgment for me?
Well, he's saying,
Yeah.
what's the
You've
what's the
committed a
system of
crime. What's
justice?
the tradition?
Whatever the Pasha says goes.
Yeah.
So they've marked him for death. Period.
Right.
No, whatever the Pasha says is law.
So it's kind of like Florida.
In a sense, yeah.
All right, I understand things a lot better now.
Don't say LaFay.
So, if the Pasha is feeling like this particular instance calls for, jail, then it calls for jail. If it calls for an execution, it calls for execution. If it
Summoning
calls
an
for
extraplanar
Sounds like
being
it
to
calls
track
for
him.
an execution.
Yeah.
If
They're
it's
bringing an extraplanar being.
restitution, who knows? Until you ask the Pasha, you don't know what his reasoning is.
Yeah, LaFay, why don't you go ask the Pasha?
Yeah, we're not traveling 2,000 miles to go talk to him. And it sounds to me like the contract's the contract, correct?
I don't know. There's a lot of things we could kill in 2,000 miles.
Uh-oh.
Just think about all the things we could kill on that road.
Utra's looking for a random encounter for every mile.
Shit, we'll be level 20 by the time we get there. We'll just take over the place.
Uhtred just shows up. Are you not entertained?
This is Uhtred.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did we decide? We decided we were going to go talk to this guy, right?
We're gonna try.
So I guess we got to pay another 100 fucking gold from the LaFay slush fund.
Or we could, just persuade them to give us the information, Uhtred.
Well, no, these are contacts of.
Oh,
He's not gonna wanna
okay.
burn-
Well, I was
No,
just,
he's
I was
not
just
gonna
trying to
wanna
help
burn
out.
those.
Not unless you want to float downriver. They might make
That's
me
right,
do it too.
There's plenty of money in that LaFay super PAC he's got going.
Right.
So,
All right, so
Citizens
I
for
guess
LaFay.
I will take a 100 gold, and I'll be back in a bit.
Are we all good with that? I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, you've got this, itch to kill something. So, two birds with one stone.
We either negotiate successfully or Uhtred gets to kill something.
Yeah,
He's
But
got to get his.
really. That's
Don't
another
kill him when
success.
we see him. We got to get information first.
Uhtred's got to get his sword wet.
Well, that's that's another successful negotiation.
Right.
Just-
So I'll go take a 100 gold, and pay a visit to Winter.
Okay.
Winter is
Since-
coming,
Since it's the,
so to speak. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
He's
Yeah, I will go visit Winter since it's still the same day, I think.
Right.
And
But the day is shorter because it's
the
winter.
day is shorter.
Get it? The day is shorter.
Is that a short joke?
Only if you're a day.
Mm.
so are you going tomorrow? Is what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna go the same day.
Okay.
It sounds like it's evening, perhaps,
Yeah. It's
but still early enough in the day for people in that line of work.
Yeah,
Okay.
for rogues.
all right. So are you wanting the rest of the party to hear your conversation, or is this a?
They can hear it, but they're not going to attend.
Well, obviously.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't. I mean, if I
that's
say
obvious.
anything rude
Just
about
like prom all over
LaFay
again.
needing to, here's where LaFay keeps his stuff, that kind of thing, the party won't mind me saying that.
So I did not actually anticipate that you would be going to where you're going.
I didn't either, to be honest, but that's how it goes.
So I need to pull up.
How you doing, babe?
All right. So you find your way to the place that shall not be named.
Mhm.
I'm getting your tune out here. Sounds very ominous.
Mysterious.
And you greet your friend at the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then avail yourselves to the other room.
Yep.
And lo and behold, when you enter, actually, Winter and the professor are there.
Oh, well, that's exceptional. I will greet them both and then let her know that
Howdy, Yee-haw!
We seem to have business after all. And then
Very-
explain what we're looking for and present my payment.
All right, very good. Hang on. We'll do this real quick.
Yep.
So she steps over and says, "Very good. So you want our
Surprised with
associate
that?
to figure out where this Finn is staying?"
Correct, and ideally his route to Rivermoot. We would like to attempt to negotiate with him on the matter. Ideally, we can find an amicable way to resolve the issue without any further complications or bloodshed.
So you plan to visit this Finn?
We're going to visit him on his way
Okay.
to Rivermoot.
Oh, we're gonna
Yes.
visit him, all right.
In case negotiations get tense, we'd rather not have extra interference.
Okay.
It's so easy to misinterpret things.
Ask him if they got lime.
Did you
I
say
will ignore
lime?
Peanut gallery.
Howard, do you know if there's any reason I couldn't use feign death on myself?
I think you can,
Does it
but
say
like I was
Finn?
saying, in case he decided to take a trophy back to prove that his job is done.
Well, like I said, we've got to come up with a reason that we want to keep my body. And if he wants to take me away, then we're just going to have to kill him.
Yeah, that's no problem.
It's
I mean,
been
either
aiming for it all night.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're either
pretty
gonna
much.
we're either gonna pay him off, we're gonna fake him, or we're gonna kill him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or we
Yeah.
just or we don't do anything, and there's always this this looming threat out there for me, I guess. Or you can
Right.
turn me in. You can also turn me in for ransom, I guess. That'd be an option.
Ooh.
Um,
You
That'd
shouldn't have
probably
mentioned
refill
that.
the coffers in the party fund.
You shouldn't have
What's
mentioned
that?
that.
It probably refill the coffers of the party fund.
Yeah.
oh, you probably get a lot more than that, I would hope. If not, you're
No,
getting ripped off.
so we need to talk to the guy and figure out if he's. We need to figure out what the whole thing is about, because this is way too far away, way too expensive for it to be simple. It's not the villagers, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's got to be somebody more powerful than the villagers, and I don't know that we can pay somebody more powerful than the villagers off. So we'll
It's
find
more
out.
nefarious than just the accident, too, is what I'm thinking. It's not just that a couple of villagers got killed. There's something else going on.
I
Yeah,
told
what
you it
is
was
it?
his goat.
So
The-
so here, you know, you could have a
killed was the Pashin's relative or son or something.
somebody could have been
Maybe.
assassinated and they blamed it on you to
But you-
get rid of the issue. You know.
Well, there's that. Yep. But the other thing is, you'd have known in the town, you'd have heard that the fucking Pasha's son was in town or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to come in wearing a brown.
Unless he was like incognito, so he could go out and drink without being recognized as the Pasha's son.
Maybe. But why would he go out in the middle of Kunas country to.
I have no idea. I don't even know where this
Yeah.
village that he burned down
Oh.
is.
get drunk?
Anyway,
Yeah. This is all just supposition. You're right.
So Winter says, actually, I'm due to rendezvous with our associate here in a couple hours. If you come back, I can let you know what he's learned.
all right. Couple hours. I don't know how long it takes to walk across town or not, but
Oh,
I'm
no,
debating just. I'll just go back and let him know that I've got a meeting later tonight to talk to the guy that actually had the face-to-face with Finn. I'll get as much info as I can, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so you go back to the.
I'm getting my 10,000 steps.
Okay, so you get to the dojo, you update the party,
Yep.
you wait the requisite time, and you return back to the place that shall not be named.
Correct.
And once again, you return to the room. This time, the professor is not there. But Winter is. Did you give her the 100 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already taken it off of the party funds.
She returns and says he actually took the liberty after conveying the message to Finn that he thought LeFay was headed to Rivermoot. He took the liberty of tailing him back to where he is staying.
Excellent. I like this guy already.
And he is staying at the Wayward House.
Okay.
Which is an inn. It does have a bit of a rough and tumble reputation. Some of the saltier travelers that come through Silvery Moon tend to stay there.
Okay. I do the usual thing, trying to get the information that we had talked about, like, do we know anything about, like, did he mention that he was working for anybody? Any information at all related to the rambling discussion that we've been having in Discord for, 2 hours?
She says he did describe him in a bit more detail, study him as he tailed it.
Oh, pardon me.
So he says his hair, like he said, is reddish hue, but he keeps it shaved close on the sides of his head. He wears armor even when in town.
What kind of armor?
Half plate. He's well armored. He does have a shield on his back. And he has an array of weapons.
We're not there at this meeting, right?
No.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
Hang on just a second. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
And he has a rather distinguishing scar that is on his left cheek and continues above his left eyebrow.
Okay. Did he have any obvious holy symbols? Or other, what do they call them? Devices or heralds on the shield?
He didn't say anything like that.
No, like Lord's Mark or
He didn't say.
Okay.
Two snakes over a rising moon.
Someone's trying to get Sese in the game.
That's from
Did
Conan.
he say did he say when he was going to be leaving, or if he was going to be leaving?
He did not relay that information.
Got it. Was he traveling by himself, or did he have companions or retainers?
Well, he was. The meeting was just him. but when he tailed him back, he did greet two rather large men at the Wayward House that he assumed were some kind of associates.
Mm.
Hmm.
More XP.
Yeah, and you said that the thief didn't say or couldn't say or refused to answer about the banner or the herald or like a badge of authority, sheriff's star or anything like that.
She only has the information that he.
No,
provided.
I know, but I'm saying I'm trying to clarify for myself. When you said he didn't say,
He didn't
was
say
it
anything about
okay?
any of those kinds
Okay,
of things.
so I'm not interviewing the guy. I'm interviewing Winter again.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Then again-
Any information about the large companions?
No.
No.
They have Justicars in Calimsham.
What's that?
So do they have Justicars in Calimsham?
Yeah. Yeah, there's Justicars all over the place. Wherever tier.
You can't swing a dead gnome without hitting a Justicar, Connery.
In Calimsham.
Right. All right.
They're big on law.
Yes, they are. All right. Well, if that's all that you have for me, Winter, then I thank you for the information. Perhaps we can work out a reasonable accommodation with this fellow so that he'll leave our companion alone.
I wish you well on that endeavor.
Well, I'll be
Doesn't
letting
sound like
others worry a little bit about that.
Sounds to me like she doesn't.
And
she
with
doesn't think
with
that'd go
that,
very
I
well.
will depart and head back and share this information with the rest of the party.
Well, that was an easy $100 for 100 gold pieces for whoever that was.
Yeah, it was.
That was kind of steep price for nothing.
Well, it's access. It's like paying money to get into the Vault of Secrets,
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I will pass along that Finn appears to be a fighter of some sort, man at arms, armored with half plate shield. She didn't say whether it was a sword specifically, but an array was named of weaponry.
Did they say
along with?
Go ahead.
What?
Did they say which way they were going to go? Did they say they were going to go down the river?
No, they didn't. They didn't know.
Dear Lord, we didn't get shit for that 100 gold pieces. Okay, sorry.
Well, we know where they're staying.
Okay.
You mean other than the description of your target and where he is?
Right.
But we don't want to waylay them in Silvery Moon.
No,
Pretty
we
sure
can
that's
follow
all
them
Uhtred
out.
would need.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're supposed to do.
And maybe not even a description.
Well,
We'll just point him at the inn and let him go in. Weapon of mass Uhtred.
Yep.
look for a guy with a scar on his face, and if you ain't got one, you can put one on there.
So anyway, I let him know where he's at. That the fact that he's there with at least 2 companions, but they all seem to be men at arms of some sort. Although that does not rule out paladins or rangers. They don't appear to have any rogues or assassins or anything like that with them that we know of. One assumes that if they had those skills in their group, that they wouldn't need to hire out.
Right.
On the plus side, they may be light on magic. So why don't we have the party minus LaFay go to the bar for a drink?
Sounds good.
I suggest we go in separately, though.
Did we lose Jason?
Can't tell. No, he's still there. His
Yeah,
camera's off.
now I'm here.
He was embarrassed about spending another 100 party gold.
Well,
I
I
didn't
saw it.
I didn't spend that one.
Did any of those descriptions bring up any memories of someone you know, LaFay?
I would not have paid that. No, nobody I know. Let's go talk to him. I'll go as the cat. Take the cat in there.
How long does that cat last?
2 hours, I think. Right, Howard? Is that right? I think it's my. So it's like half my level rounded down in hours. So.
Well, you do
level
have the
5,
disguise that should last at least the day.
So yeah, it's 2 hours, right?
Yeah, so I don't know how much time has gone by. The ramblings
Oh,
we've had.
At least 2 hours, because I had to
Right.
go to my meeting,
Right.
come back, then go back in a few hours.
But
Is something going to kick off in this tavern, or are we going to have to flee the city?
Possibly. Depends on how we do it. So, Uhtred, no disintegrations.
I make no promises.
Wow.
I take it under advisement, but I make no promises.
Wow, a Star Wars reference.
I know, original, right?
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if the shit hits the fan, you want me there and with the party. Otherwise, I guess it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me to be there.
Well, let's decide what we're going for. Are we going to get information, or to
Let's find out what
them?
room. Let's find out what room he's in, and then we'll just have LaFay summon his fire beast into the room.
No,
right?
disintegrations.
I'll be right back.
Potty break. Head call, water call.
Right, so
Smoke 'em if you got it.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
We don't have everybody with us either, do we?
What do you mean?
Don't we? Aren't we?
Are we all back together?
Yeah, I came back to the. I came.
Well,
Well,
no.
actually, Anna technically is staying at the Bard's place.
Yeah.
Okay, we just want to make sure that.
I think if we go there for reconnaissance,
and we've already fled the city.
if we go there for recon and don't start any trouble,
Don't
And
start
just
none,
get-
there won't be none.
just to get an idea of where they're going to be, we can confront them tomorrow outside of city limits. I would like to avoid any murder.
Inside the
I'm
city.
just
So what
even outside of the city. You don't shit where you sleep.
What are we gonna ask them, or what are you guys gonna ask them? I guess I won't be there.
Yeah,
unless you want me to be
we need
there.
to figure that out.
I would
Hey,
like
man.
to find out what you're actually charged with first, and then see if we can negotiate a blood price for you.
I'm going to assume that the charges are going to be inflated to
Quite possibly, and they
to,
might not even be valid.
to
Yeah.
ensure that someone would follow him 2,000 miles.
Correct.
Well, when you talk to him, you might play it like you're interested because he's in the party, and you don't the rest of the party doesn't want to be
I'd
connected
also
to
like
whatever.
to ask Uhtred. Could you check with Justicars and see if there's like the equivalent of a wanted poster for him?
I mean, I could go over there. They're probably not going to be real happy to see me anyway, but
Well, I mean, you're nominally
You're
like
used to that.
you're nominally part of their order, aren't you?
well, no, I'm utilizing a weapon that from their order or whatever.
You
That's
took
what
a
it is.
you took an
Weren't you
oath.
like
Yeah, you took
I was
an
gonna
oath.
say, you took oaths as
Yeah.
I took
part
oaths.
of that.
to wield it in a fashion that does not do discredit or whatever
Right.
on the temple or the order
Well,
or whatever.
Not using it on innocent people or the equivalent of lawmen would fall under that oath.
Well, nobody's innocent. You know what I mean?
Whatever helps you sleep, Uhtred. Whatever helps you sleep.
Well, you know, my God is a God of judgment as well. He just judges things through battle versus through a trial or whatever. Right?
Innocence
And
is a matter of
that was-
timing, correct?
So it was, you know, that was my justification for, you know, keeping the sword or whatever. But
Okay, Thanos.
yeah, I mean, it,
All right, so I think you were gone, Howard. But what I was saying is that I think we should do reconnaissance tonight, since Anna is staying at the Bard's College.
Okay.
Try and get information on when and how they are leaving the city, and then confront them on their way out of the city, with the intent of finding out what crime LeFay is wanted for exactly. What do they think that he's wanted for, and whether or not it's possible to negotiate a blood price of some sort.
We should have Anna here. She could probably extract all that information from them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy in them.
Well, we want to confront them outside of city limits, so if we have to self-defense them to death, we don't get charged with murder.
so what if we just case the joint?
That's
right?
what I was. That's what I was saying. That's. We're gonna go to the bar for intelligence.
But we probably want to do it in shifts.
Right. I did say I don't want us to go in all together.
Well, we need to figure out a way to maybe the rest of the party could just go outside the city, you know, down the road the West Gate or whatever.
We don't know if they're going to leave by road or by ferry.
Mhm.
Sink the ferries, then they have to leave by road.
Uhtred's thinking is contagious.
I guess so. Okay.
They're advocating burning down the docks.
I just think like they're gonna know. They've already got an idea of who we are, right?
I don't know that they know who we are. They know who LeFay is because he's fairly
but they
distinguished.
might.
I thought we had a clue that they knew he was in our party or whatever. Yeah, because he came to the dojo. Remember, the guy came by the dojo. So
maybe go into the bar, you know, just have some drinks, have conversations with people, and then leave, and maybe he'll follow, and then we can get him.
I mean, we'd have to leave the city.
Well, we'd be leaving the city at a leisurely pace.
It's not such a bad idea.
While whistling with our hands in our pockets.
And our other folks would be out ahead of us, laying a ambush.
Again, if we did that, that means that Anna won't be there.
Yeah, she needs to sleep. We'll be all right.
Well, we'd have her meet us later.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could, you know, send a message to the Falukon.
Yeah,
I mean,
over
it's not
and tell her,
that difficult.
Yeah. It's not like it's a girl's dorm or something you got to sneak into. But I don't think. My point is, I don't think Uhtred needs to go in there because that's going to be a dead giveaway, right? And
why?
He's a big ass half orc.
Well, I mean, that's not the idea. I actually kind of like Ferris's idea of just being seen and then leaving the town, and maybe I'm waiting outside. Maybe a couple of people are,
Brad,
well, if that's the case,
maybe you and I are maybe waiting outside.
If that's the case, you need to go in there and have a drink, and then you need to leave, and then they'll follow you.
Well, they may just try to kill me right there too.
I don't think they'll try and kill you in the city limits. They don't want to be. They don't want to be dealing with the legal issues either, unless they have the authority to do so.
Well, they just may not give a damn. You know what I mean?
They would give a damn if the guards swarmed them, they would give a damn then. But if they have like the wanted poster or whatnot of dead or alive.
Okay, so what is it you're recommending, Ray?
I'm suggesting that we go in separately, not at the same time, maybe in shifts, and see if we can't gather some information about them by listening in. They're going to be looking for a party, not individuals. If they follow us back, well, we can always have a discussion in the wide open street in public, where they probably won't commit murder. Probably.
So, Howard, is there another bar or inn around this particular inn?
There are a lot of taverns across the city.
Yeah.
The answer short answer to your question is yes. There's going to be something nearby. Quick footnote to something you said, Brad. When you've been in the city before and you actually did a little bit, the Wayward Inn was actually one that you considered because of all the places in town that kind of look askance at half-orcs. That one doesn't seem to have nearly the...
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we, as a group, go to a bar that's like across the street from this place, and then we'll just go in onesie or twosies into the bar for a while, and then leave and rotate out to the bar across the street.
Right.
That way,
if nothing else, we can find out if they have more party members or something like that.
Now get spotted. I worry about getting spotted, but I don't want to.
I'm sure they know about the half orc, but do they know that there's an elf ranger in the party right now?
I don't know that we know that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the combination of the half orc and the halfling, that would be too much, right? Because those are two distinct into the scales, and if they're in there together, then you know that'd be a tip off.
And I assume that Conry probably has appropriate costuming as a monk.
You want me to dress as a monk? Is that what you're?
Huh?
You want me to what? I'm confused.
I think he's saying you look distinctive,
right?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
With your bald head and your fucking sandals.
You're the last airbender, okay?
Yeah.
Fucking hippie.
Yep.
But you know who doesn't look distinctive is Elmore.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, Ferris.
Very.
Right. He's the least, I think, distinctive-looking person in this group.
Well, we're characters.
That's what I'm getting at. They probably don't know. They wouldn't know me from Adam, and they probably wouldn't know that I was with the party at all. Probably, depending on how recent their intel is.
Right. Well, you can go in first.
Yeah.
I can go in and see,
and then a little bit later, I'll go in. I think Uhtred and Conry probably should not go in, and LaFay shouldn't. Yeah, you can be nearby.
Yeah, we'll be across the street.
And LaFay, for obvious reasons, shouldn't go in.
Why don't I just wild shape into like a cockroach or something, and then crawl into the table they're at and listen in?
Because you could get squished.
Well, yeah, but I don't think I can't get killed. I can't get killed.
Oh, you
in my
can
wild
definitely get killed.
In my wild shape
I don't think he could get killed.
If
he would get killed, he'd just
form,
turn into LaFay, and then he'd be right there. Their fucking tip over their table, or whatever, you know.
If he's killed in his wild shape form, he turns into LaFay minus whatever hit points the wild creature had. So, if it was a cockroach, you're talking 1 hit point, and then
And then I got 42 hit points and game on, baby.
Then he summons the wild beast, and he burns down half the silver moon, and then Silvery Moon is hires an assassin to come after him.
Yeah.
Well,
If it
hell,
goes
why
down that way,
not?
I
You
might
know,
take the
at this
job.
point.
So, quick note on the mythals. Summoning creatures not so easy in the city. The mythals actually protect against that. And
Yeah.
conjuring fire cannot be done in
But conjuring fire can't be done in the city.
not in Silvery Moon.
Well, I
Nope.
mean, burnable cities. One of the first things they're going to want to do is prevent that.
Well, they
Who's
have a
the
history.
fucking fire marshal in this town?
I don't know, but he's good at his job.
Fire Marshal Bill.
So yeah, you cannot do fire summonings.
So why don't you just hang out with me and whoever else, Connery, across the street? And
In a wild shape form, or just in my disguise?
just in your disguise.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's
We'll
start
just sit
taking
in
some
this
action.
bar. We'll sit in this bar across the street. You can have your back to the window, and we can look out the window. And if we see
All
any
right.
problems, we can come in a run.
All right, that
Now,
sounds good.
am I going in by myself, and then is someone coming in later?
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
come in a bit later.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's take some action here.
All right, let's go.
We're talking a lot. Let's go.
I need a beer.
It's called a social encounter. We're getting experience for this, I'm sure.
I'm sure. So Anna's not included in this whole grand plan.
I think we ought to
Yeah,
stop
unless
by.
somebody comes to get me, I'm
I think we ought
I'm
to stop
hanging out
by
and
and
enjoying my life.
You know who has really good movement speed? Conry.
Yeah, I'd say
I would think she would be good for getting, some intel in there too. Just
But is she distinctive?
Yeah, I
I
think
know.
she'd be
Yeah.
awfully distinctive. Her charisma,
I mean,
she's going to
she
walk
is
in that bar.
Yep.
She's a flashy bard.
I'll go. Get her.
Thank you,
Okay.
Connor.
And then we'll just
I'm
meet
Okay
gonna
up.
with
grab
that.
something here real quick.
You don't actually have to leave, Matt. It's just the game, dude. We're going to go to
He's
San
running your
Francisco.
house
and
role
hang out.
play. He's committed
He's
to
like,
the
I'm-
role play.
I'm driving to the airport right now.
That would be hilarious if
I'm
you
gonna go
showed
get her.
up in Anna's video.
Photobombing.
Drag her to some dive bar across from another dive bar.
Well, LA does have a lot of those.
Yeah.
So Conry runs over to the FluCon, asks for Anna, and they do go get her eventually after he convinces them that he has some kind of urgent message for her. I assume you go with him, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. So then he returns shortly with Anna to the party back at the dojo. So did I understand the plan involved Ray putting makeup on LeFay?
No, he's already got makeup on. This is still the same day, unless it's worn
Okay.
off. I have no idea how long it lasts.
Well, he actually wild shaped into it.
Doesn't that change your equipment as well?
It changes your equipment, but when you return back appearance.
All
I
right,
don't
so I
think-
guess I gotta
Gives you
I guess
different
I gotta
shape
put
into
you
it.
back in the chair again, LeFay.
Slick my hair back and
I
I was
put on
gotta
thinking
some
that-
makeup.
I gotta find some more rat shit to put in your hair. I'll be back.
Uh-oh.
now, Ray, when you follow me in, later, are you gonna come sit with me then at a table?
No, I'm gonna be setting separate.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear, so I'll ignore you when you come in.
Correct.
I-
All right.
I also have essentially unlimited wild shaping ability, given the fact that a short rest is doing virtually nothing, which is all I'm really doing, right?
Yeah, you've got your wild shapes back.
Yeah, so I could just wild shape into something rather than take the time to make me up.
Yeah, but they
You
gotta.
mean I got this
hard
rat
to
shit
do it
for
in the
nothing?
city.
What's that?
I picked up this rat shit for nothing.
Yeah.
Or you can eat it.
You can eat it.
Yeah.
And in fact,
You
you
can eat
will
it.
later. All right.
Give it to
If you're gonna wild shape, then that's fine. Whatever.
I thought he couldn't wild shape in the city itself.
He can wild shape. He can't summon.
Oh,
Summon into the
okay.
I did the wildfire spirit.
Does that apply to rot as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you
couldn't
cannot-
bring Rot in.
Rot's outside the city, waiting
Got it.
patiently.
Yeah, one thing you could probably leave Rot on Zed's farm when we come into town normally in the future. You could probably leave
'Cause that's
Rot.
Where's Rot? He's at the farm upstate.
Because that's what
This
that's what
beautiful
every
couple
rancher with
adopted
chickens and sheeps want is a big wolf hanging around.
Yeah, but he's not like a wild wolf. He's domesticated. He's not
Yeah,
even really a wolf, right? He's
Right.
he's a spirit beast or something, right? He's not even a real wolf.
Right, right.
Yeah,
he
but
just
you
kind
think
of
the
looks
chicken?
wolfy.
You think the chickens are going to care? They're going to see.
You're cutting out again. But
Don't worry
the
about
fuck
it. How
do
you just
right? Chickens don't think. They're chickens. What was I gonna say? Oh, you interrupted. I was going to say something. Oh, Jason, I don't even think you need your disguise, but I think it would be a good idea if you got your disguise.
Well, if he's wild shaped, then the disguise would wear off as soon as he switched
Right,
back.
there's no need to wild shape right now. We're going to be across the street. If they see you, you're just bait, right?
I still want Ray to put rat poop on his face though.
But Big
All right.
Daddy
It's a
Ooster,
general statement, right?
nothing bad's going to happen to you when Big Daddy Uhtred's got you. So, but
He'll hold you safe in his big, strong arms.
but you can sit with your back to the window.
Yeah,
We can
all
look
right.
over your shoulder.
No.
However
Fair
you wanna
enough. Fair enough. I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with Uhtred, but I am, and I'll just stay in my form and just kind of keep a low profile across the street. So let's
Right,
go.
so-
Let's get it on. And then Ferris is going in, right?
Yep.
So is there a disguise on LaFay or not?
No
No.
disguise.
I guess we're not doing
He's
it.
wearing
Yeah.
a cloak, right? He's
I'm
got
not-
his little
yeah.
cloaky thing on.
Well,
I'm not-
put your hood up so your hair isn't as obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've got my fire hair and dreadlocks, and I'm in
I don't think
The
the
mu-
dreadlocks are gonna fool anybody.
the monk cloak. All right. No, I'm not changing.
Okay.
Fuck it. Come get me. All right. Go in, Ferris.
All
So
right.
you guys are headed over to the Wayward House. You got to cross over the Moon Bridge. It is now getting on toward evening. So darkness is starting to fall in the city, and the street lamps are coming on. That is where the Wayward House is, in case anyone was
Mhm.
wondering. So the plan is that only Ferris is going in initially.
Correct.
Right.
All right. We'll change in scene here. Well, I thought I had. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, no problem.
I just see black.
It's a dark bar. It's very
It
dark.
was a white room, but then someone wanted to paint it black.
Right. You walk into a bar.
That's called blackout drunk.
Yeah. You walk into a bar. We're gonna roll to see how many hit points you lost.
Do you have night vision, Ferris?
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Well, then you're all right. It's dark. You can see what's going on.
Right. Sorry, I'm gonna reload my page here. I have problems with the game.
It's a big bar.
While that's doing that, let's pull this up.
Is that the bar?
Yeah, it's an approximation of the bar.
Is that me on the table there, or is that just another?
No, that's dinner. It's getting away.
All right, I think I have control back. All right, it's PCs. So we're just bringing in.
Oh, there we go.
Ferris for the moment.
You gonna bring me in? Do you want to?
Oh, for audio purposes or for visual purposes?
Yeah.
For the benefit of the stream.
You could put the party in, I suppose.
Aunt Connery is short for camera account.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll just stick you in a corner here. All right. So very good. Why is the music not playing?
It is.
I hear the music.
We hear it.
I'm having technical difficulties. Okay. So you walk in. We'll go ahead and set the lighting for evening. So you walk in. There's a few patrons milling about. There's a barkeep behind the bar and thought I put in a barmaid on here. Where'd she get to?
Should I be seeing something other than black on the in Forge?
I was kind of wondering that myself. I refreshed to see if it
I
was.
did too.
No, because
I'm not
right
sure.
now,
I'm not sure we have tokens there because we're not
Yeah.
there
yeah.
yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The only
Well,
reason
that-
the only reason I have a
Occasionally
token
outside.
there is to show the stream.
Right. So you walk in. There are patrons about and trying to get the barmaid in here. She's supposed to be here.
Lazing off on her cell phone in the back, or she's pulling double duty, as they say.
Right.
So there are a few patrons enjoying an evening. Somebody behind the bar, tending the bar. Off to your right, you see a robust fire, set of seats, and some kind of person warming his feet by the fire. You see a gambling table on the right, and it looks like one person sitting there, but no game going on. And then a few other folks at tables around the place. Beyond the bar, you see some additional doors. So there's a low din of conversation going on in here, but it's fairly subdued because it's kind of past the dinner hour. People are starting to go home for the evening, and so there's just a few folks in here. Smell of foods, drink, what you would expect. It looks a little bit of a
say that again.
It looks like
little
a little bit of a rougher place.
I'm going to go up to the bar.
All
And
right.
I am going to order an ale, barkeep.
Sure you don't want cranberry juice?
All right. Strike off a copper piece. Show you the.
I have never paid for anything in here.
How do I spend money?
Gee, kind of like
have-
LaFay.
They're going to have to break a gold.
Okay, they can break a gold. He turns around and goes back to the set of casks up there against the wall, taps out an ale, brings it over, gives you 99 copper in return, and slides you an ale.
All right.
Man, the bartender's a dick. He gave you your change
I
in
know.
copper.
It's like pennies. Yeah, you want to ask for a little silver in there?
Is that the right conversion, everybody?
Yeah, it's the right conversion, but it was a
Okay.
dick move.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be sitting there forever counting pennies.
Don't tip, you need to tip that guy poorly.
Actually, it was the other way around. Perhaps you didn't tip him, so he decided to.
That's possible too, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask him, how's your night been?
Ask him how the bullfight went.
Toro.
And so he says, it's been a pretty good night. Had a pretty good crowd earlier.
All right. Well, I'm going to sip my beer and look around.
Okay. What, you looking for
Right.
any in particular?
Well, I'm looking for the guy that was the description.
Finn.
Yeah, what's his face, Finn?
Ben McCool.
All right. So you see only three other men. There's the guy at the gambling table, the guy in front of the fire, and the guy 3 seats down from you. And then, of course, the bartender who looks nothing like what you described. So I wish I could show you. So the guy 3 seats down from you, he's kind of a portly fellow with dark hair. He's got a pack with him. Looks like maybe trade goods that he has on his feet. You presume maybe he might be some kind of
Some kind of what?
traveling merchant.
Ah.
Am I cutting out again?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
I'm trying to work around it. You've had so many issues already. I'm just trying to keep.
Yeah, it's workable. I'd actually rather have you cut out occasionally than have the volume.
Okay. I'll keep trying to work with it. Then a casual is roll perception.
All right.
Wow, we're actually getting to roll die.
That's right. Let me get over here. Perception.
Uh-oh. All right.
Ooh, that's pretty perceptive.
Roll D6 on top of that.
D6.
Square one.
Yeah. Roll.
Okay. So you're drinking your ale and you're looking, kind of studying the room, looking at the decorations and whatnot. Who these other guys are. So the guy at the card table over there, he looks like gambler type. He's got a little bit finer clothes on. He's got a cane, and He's got a goatee and fairly dark hair. And he's not that big of a dude. Peel away his cloak and clothing, he's pretty average size. And then a casual look at the gentleman in the front of the fireplace with his feet on the rug. He's got a bit of a balding spot forming up top. You make him to be a fair bit older. He's kind of nicely dressed, fairly pale. It looks like he doesn't see work outside, but he's pretty neat, clean cut. Your initial impression, based on the description that you got from Ray, the guy you're looking for.
You cut out, Howard. Can you
Not
say
the one
that
you're
last part?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna sit here and nurse my ale a little bit. I don't know how
Okay.
forthcoming this bartender will be with any information.
Before I come in, Howard, I'm going to check the back. I'm assuming that they have some form of stable, and I'm just going to look and see if there looks like horses that would be suitable for 3 big buff warrior types before I go in.
There is no stable out back.
There's no stable.
Yeah.
What a dive.
Were there rooms? Are there rooms here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
they followed him back here.
Okay.
This is an inn.
Okay.
So this is just the dining hall of the.
So after about an hour-ish, Howard, I'll come in. So if there's nothing else,
So is Pharaoh's gonna nurse a single ale for an hour?
No, I'm gonna have to order another one.
Okay. Strike another copper piece, and I'll
just
bring
don't
in.
go for a growler.
Yeah.
Nice
Hey.
callback. Nice callback.
Yeah.
All right. After about an hour, Ray comes strolling in.
Yep.
Pretty much the same description I would give you, but the place is thinned out a bit more. These 2 ladies in the corner, and the traveling merchant eventually got up and went.
How late is it now?
It is. It's past dark now. It's dinner out. So
Go ahead.
he disappears through the door behind the bartender.
Does that look like where the rooms are, like an upstairs area or something?
It's on the same level, but yes.
Okay. I will.
Since you walked around the building, you see that it is a single.
Singles. Okay. I will find a table and flag down the barmaid and see if I can order dinner
Okay.
and some wine.
Okay. Well, find a table.
Why aren't you moving? There we go. Was it just delay or did you move me?
I didn't move you.
Okay. There's just a time lag. I was moving my character and he wasn't doing it. And I was like, what the hell? So how much is the dinner and drink?
Assuming you're getting a standard meal, I'm not trying to order something special from the kitchen. Hearty stew and a piece of bread and a couple ale. We're talking 3 copper pieces.
All right. I'll pay 5.
Okay. She smiles and thanks you, and she goes about getting your food from the kitchen and
All right.
pulling your stuff together. Which
Very low. Never mind. So when she comes back, I'll have 5 silver coins on the table.
okay.
And as she's laying out her food, I'll kind of push one forward and ask her if she's been working here all day today or just this evening.
She smiles and all right. So first of all, roll persuade. Let's see how charming you're being.
I would imagine that 5 silver pieces would be pretty charming.
Well, so far I've only pushed forward 1. I forgot to ask, is there any advantage because I'm paying, or is it just like, ew, no, I don't want your silver. you freaky little
No.
half man.
No. I adjust that on the DC.
Okay.
Not, so, golly, you rolled terrible. So she's a little suspicious.
So she doesn't answer, or she just like doesn't know what's going on. What?
She says, why are you asking? She wants to know why you want to know.
So I'll push forward the second silver, and say that my friend has some trouble, and we're trying to arrange a meeting to discuss terms, and I'd rather not have any trouble. I'm merely asking questions. I'm not trying to get you in trouble in any way.
All right, let's have a second persuasion roll and see if you're coming across a little bit better this time.
I can't be worse.
Oh, she says, and she takes the two silver pieces, and she goes, I'm glad to hear that. I started in the afternoon, and I've been here almost 8 hours now.
I'll push forward the third silver and say that the person that we're looking for is a large man, scar across his left eye, red hair cut short. He has probably 2 friends, maybe more. Are they still here? And I'm not saying this as loud as I am for the mic, just in case you're wondering.
No, you're trying to be subtle. So let's have a third persuasion roll. Let's see if she's inclined to.
Oh God.
Damn.
She says, I don't want any trouble.
I can respect that, and I pull back the 3 silver that were left, and make a show of picking up one at a time, examining it, and then putting it back in my purse. While I say, I understand. There are some things that you just don't want to get involved with. So, pluck.
She says she leans in and she says, "Now, if those coins were slightly different color."
Oh, damn.
Are you suggesting a little poke and tickle to go with this? it better be good information for a gold.
You're suggesting
She said she wants it to be a different color, and the step up from silver is gold. So
Right.
if she's wanting gold coins, I said that had better be some very good information, or you're providing extra services. So which is it?
She goes, the only thing I might do is offer some information.
Well, I certainly have the gold, but I'm going to need to know what you're selling. Only a fool pays top dollar for something that he knows nothing about what he's buying.
She says, "Me so horny, me love you long time."
She says, I might have seen somebody like that.
I'll put a gold on the table, but keep my finger on it.
And he might be somewhere I can point to.
It's starting to slide across the table. Maybe she should roll a persuasion roll on me.
A contested roll.
Battle of the Swarm. All right, screw it. Here's what I'm gonna do, because she's annoyed me.
Uh-oh.
You want to tell me now?
Is that intimidation?
No.
Oh my god.
That is effectively a charm spell.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Friends here. Why don't you just share with me, and I'll get you some silver.
All right.
Enough cutting into the profits, right?
If she wants a gold coin to tell me they're in room 101, no.
Yeah, she did not.
That looks like a failed save. How many saving throws does she get?
Oh, these are not saving.
A lady never tells.
Oh.
So, are you giving her the coin while you're doing this?
I am. But she's going to tell me everything.
She takes the coin. She goes, I think the guy you're looking for is staying in the double room on the right.
How many? How many people are in the room with him, or is he alone?
There's 3 of them. The guy with the scar and 2 others.
Give me a second to mark off the money. Maybe I should just take it out of party funds.
Yeah.
You might as well. I would.
I support that. Richard Demings would support that also.
Are they checking out tomorrow? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Uh,
She tucks the coin away.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty short spell.
She says, I think it's either the first or the second door. I don't go back there.
Thanks, love. Oh, and,
Right.
and are they in there now?
Hang on. What? Roll, darn you. Why is it rolling? No. There. Yeah, they ate dinner a while ago and they went back there.
Thanks. Don't worry, we won't cause any trouble here.
All right, she goes over, checks on the guy from the gambling table.
All right. I eat my meal since I paid for it.
Okay.
And then I will leave the bar at that point.
Okay.
To join up with LeFay, Uhtred, and Connery, and Anna.
Okay.
As I'm on my way out, I'll just cheers to the bartender and toss a couple extra copper on the table.
He smiles and nods.
See, he's not a dick to me with 99 copper pieces.
Well, because you tipped him.
I didn't even get a chance. So he's on my shit list. I'm gonna watch him. I don't trust this bartender.
Yeah,
I think he's a spy.
I'm gonna make some noise so that it's apparent that I am leaving.
Okay.
That way, Ferris isn't sitting there at the bar nursing another ale for the rest of the night.
Okay.
But I'm going to hang back for a couple of minutes. I want to see what this bartender does, if anything. I want to make sure he's not out warning people.
Yeah.
Okay. He's cleaning stuff, organizing stuff. There's a lot of plates from the dinner hour. He's walking back to the kitchen and tending bar.
Tending bar.
Okay. All right.
You were not able to overhear the conversation.
No.
And so there was a very quiet conversation he was having.
It was a magical moment.
All right. Well, then, after a couple of minutes, I will.
So when I get across the street to the rest of the party, I'll tell them what the barmaid told me about how they've probably already turned in which room they're in. That there are only 3 of them in the party because they're all sharing the same room. That there is no stables, so they either walk or they hire a carriage of some sort. Or
And I'm just going to drop a copper on the bar and leave.
Okay.
Cheapskate.
I was going to throw it at him, but I thought, I'm better than that.
You're not going to be like a Karen and just leave it in the bottom of the beer glass?
Right.
No, I am classy.
He nods and takes the copper piece.
All right. I am out of here.
Yep, same.
Okay. I won't reload the screen. I'll just leave you guys here for a moment.
So once everybody's there, I pass along the info and say we can either try and interrupt them in their sleep, which probably won't get a good response, or we can have watch and follow them out of town, as long as we're careful.
Or we could hand LeFay a match and oil flask and let him go to town.
Yeah, we want to talk to them, and then if they don't give us what we want to hear, we'll kill them. But let's get it. I like the idea. Let's follow them out of town.
All right. So what I suggest is that we keep watch in case they leave at an unexpected hour.
Agreed.
Was there any other exits from the inn, or was it all?
I went around it. I don't know if they have windows. Probably not, considering it's a pretty rough place.
They do have windows. There's windows all over the place.
How are we going to? I guess the key is if we have one person that's going to follow them out. Is everybody going to?
We're going to have to do watches in pairs.
Right. No, I get that. But once they leave,
right,
we don't want all of us following them, right? That's not going to work too well.
No, but somebody's got to tell the rest of the party where we're going. I would suggest this other bar across the street or down the street or whatever it is, that we just get rooms here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But when they start moving and we've got somebody trailing them, we don't want all of us trailing them. How is that one person going to communicate to the others where they're going? Because I'm assuming that eventually we want to meet them all outside the city and then confront them and start questioning them together.
I have chalk. I can mark the path with chalk as I go.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure we got a plan on that. So that works for me. So you'll be going on kind of marking the walls of whatever
what
as
I'm
you
gonna
go.
do is as long as it's a big enough city, I'm guessing I could probably scrounge up a gentleman's walking cane suitable for a halfling.
Yeah.
Howard?
You mean
Yeah.
You mean a twig?
Toothpick. Is that what it's called? Toothpick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find a walking stick.
All right, so I will get a walking stick suitable for a halfling, and then using a knife, hollow out a bit of the bottom so that I can squeeze a bit of chalk into it. That way, as I'm walking, I can use the cane to mark the street as I'm walking.
You gonna mark with every step, or are you just gonna?
No. I'm not gonna like
You're
tap
actually
the
not
cane
gonna
on the ground each time. I'm not using it as a walking stick. It's a prop and an extension so that I don't have to
Got it.
stop it.
So he
fish
can
out,
draw an arrow.
Pop it and draw it. Yeah. It's so that I can low key mark the path.
Well, could we send Uhtred in there in the morning to order his breakfast, and then when he walks out, we have him just go towards the gate and see if they follow him?
We could try.
Yeah.
We've got lots of copper to pay for it.
In the LaFay Fund?
LaFay, yeah. Justice for LaFay Fund.
But have your receipt. You got to have your receipt to get reimbursed.
Right.
Uhtred, I can't wait till there's some situation funds. It's gonna fucking make me happy. So happy.
You might just go out and hire your own bounty hunter.
No, I might put a contract on an Uhtred myself just to see this happen.
Yeah, he'd probably take the funds out of the party fund though to go do it.
Yeah.
So.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Oh yeah, you would. I know you, Uhtred. I know you will.
I'd just kill you. If I wanted you dead, I'd just kill you.
You think you could kill me?
Yeah.
All right. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Come on, boys.
Scorching ray on Uhtred right now. Scorching ray.
You and your fiery beast.
All four of them.
Uh-oh.
Where'd I roll?
Well, that would be a fire summoning spell inside the city. That's not
Yeah. That would fizzle really quickly.
All right. Well, I'll wait till I get outside the city. Watch your ass, Uhtred.
All right. So what's the plan?
I think we're going to keep watch from rented rooms. And then apparently Uhtred is going to order breakfast tomorrow and see if they follow him. If they don't, then I'll be trailing them as they leave using stealth plus the chalk walking stick.
So
What if-
you're renting rooms in the Wayward Inn?
No. We're at the bar down the street or whatever it was.
I don't know that there is anything. There might be bars. I don't think there's any inns. There's plenty of bars and taverns where you can get food. The inns aren't there aren't that many.
Well, I guess we'll just have to stay up all night drinking. Don't know. Kind of had that plan based on the availability of rooms.
Yeah, there's not like an inn on every corner.
Well, we're certainly not going to be renting rooms there. That would be awkward when we come out and see each other at the ice machine.
Just a towel and the ice bucket.
Exactly. And then you just both stop and just look up and realize that.
Like, oh my God, he stole the robe.
Yeah.
You know, if that was the situation with Ray, he probably would try and steal their robe just so they wouldn't follow him when he runs for it. Well, we need a place. If we can't get rooms, then I guess we're just on the street.
Yeah,
we all need to be available.
We'll just sleep on the street and take watches.
You're gonna sleep on the streets of Silvery Moon.
Well, not.
Yeah, that doesn't sound feasible.
Have you been to Sacramento? On the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's little nooks and crannies, especially up on the roof line, that you could get to that would be a reasonable perch.
You're gonna climb on somebody's building.
Do you remember what I do for a living? I've done it before.
Okay, but you want the whole party there, right?
Well, I'm looking for. I'm trying to get a vantage point. Sleeping on the streets is kind of a non-starter. Sleeping in the same inn as them is a non-starter.
All right.
So we got to come up with something, or we just go.
Why do we gotta sleep
to
at all? We're adventurers.
All right.
Or we could go sleep at the dojo.
Right.
Leave somebody to watch and go
Right.
sleep at the dojo for a few hours and then come back.
Hold on. I actually anticipated this as a possibility.
What, us having to sleep on the street?
You guys being on the street.
I would think that that's almost a given with this party.
Well, game is acting up again. All right. Actors. PCs. Let's get some PCs out here. There's LaFay. Henry. Ray. Ferris. Anna. And of course, Uhtred. This building right here.
We're not on the map.
Yeah, we're not on the map.
You are on the map.
Well, you're saying this building right here, but I'm in a bar.
Yeah.
Now I'm not in a bar.
Thought I'd. So this building right here.
Okay.
Is the Wayward Inn.
Okay. So are we gonna try and split up, guys?
Where's the inn that they were at?
Right here. He was
Okay.
Howard was clicking on it before.
Oh, okay.
That's the wayward inn.
So, okay. So have they started moving?
No, he just put us on the street so we can decide what we're
Right.
gonna do.
So we're acting like Sacramento homeless, and
Well,
Or
we're either homeless and we risk getting arrested for vagrancy, or
they don't arrest people for vagrancy in Sacramento.
yeah, but they do in Silvery Moon. There's no overpass to sleep under.
We don't want to sleep on the street. There might be poop there.
That's San
There is
Francisco.
poop there. I
So,
saw Uhtred over in the corner just a little bit ago.
So, Aaron, do you, based on Anna's background, want to explain how things work on the streets of Silvery Moon with respect to vagrancy and such fare?
Well, my understanding is that they're kind of hardcore about keeping their city beautiful
It's
over
like
there.
Disneyland. We'll put you in
Yeah.
Disney jail.
So it's definitely not some place where people
What, you want to be probed by Goofy?
kind of hang out and just kind of aimlessly hang out on the street for hours on end.
So there's only 3 branches of law enforcement in. They it's probably one of the most militant
Yeah.
all of Faerun.
How far is the dojo from
It's across
the Wayward
bridge.
Inn?
On the other side of the river.
Well, and there's got to be another inn on this side, right?
Bright Blade.
And Brightblade's not an inn, though, right?
They have they have. I think they have rooms.
The Bright Braid is a tavern. Not an
Tavern.
inn.
Are we close to a
Any hostels?
yeah, or brothels that might let you have a room for a night?
Once again, this is Silvery Moon. You're not going to see girls. That kind of thing. Ray also knows this city a little too. Kind of thing.
Oh, those places still exist, even in those prim and proper towns.
Yeah.
They may not be out walking.
They're just
the
a little
sidewalk.
bit low key.
Yeah, they might be.
This
There might
isn't
not be
friggin'
girls
Amsterdam.
Yeah, there's not shop windows, but there'll still be those establishments.
Matt, wake up.
I'm still here.
You look like you were drifting.
Oh. Yeah, I had to take 2 naps today, not just one,
Matt needs adventure to keep his energy up.
Right, exactly.
We've got to move forward.
Just go in
If
there and
there's
punch
no-
that
if there's
bartender.
nothing-
Yeah, there we go.
No. If there's nothing available where we can get a perch or something like that's gonna work where we could all stay here, I really don't want to split the party because then there's the whole problem of when they do decide to leave, of how do we get the party back together again? We don't have a familiar to fly back and forth.
Right.
Well, does Jason turn into one of those? Can one of his wild shapes be a bird?
For 2 hours, which means he's got to
No.
stay here the whole night. Oh, you can't
No.
turn into a bird?
No, I
You
can't.
can't
I can't do flying
Or swimming.
or swimming. Well, no.
Okay,
you know
no.
what? I want to talk to you about that later, Howard. From what I've read, but yeah, no flying for sure. Swimming, I think, is arguable.
Well, there's a level where you pick up swimming.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about it now because
Yeah. In any
Yeah.
case, there's no
Yeah.
easy way to summon the party.
Okay.
So if there's no good way to,
Use a
To
flare
get-
gun.
I do not have one in my inventory, I'm afraid.
What about cell phone?
Yeah, cell phone. Yep.
No reception.
Yep.
Anybody got like a telepathy thing?
I've got AT&T here. It's no good. No telepathy, no familiars, no
What about a
flare
smoke
guns.
signal?
There's no smoke signals.
Yeah, we can't light a fire.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
I can speak with animals. I could speak to a bird who's flying along us, with us. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no, I've got nothing that's going to help.
All right. Well, this is what I would say then. We'll leave 2 people outside the bar, right?
Yep.
Maybe like Ray and Connery, and the rest of us will go get off the street at the dojo. We'll plan on being back. What time is it?
Go to the dojo. Go to a tavern that's closer. Go to the closest spot. If the dojo is closest, then go there. If there is a different tavern that's closer, go to that one. That way, in case we have to get together in a hurry, it's going to be easier. If you're 40 minutes across town by foot.
Yeah.
Is the tavern going to be open all night?
Yeah, most taverns are not open through the dead of night.
Yeah, but sometimes if you act like you're passed out, they'll let you stay till morning, right?
Nah, they're kind of hard nosed.
Mhm.
Oh, man,
So I
like
think the
being in
rest of
Salt
us,
Lake City.
the rest of us go back to the dojo. We come back at like 4 a.m. or whatever, and yeah, hang out on the street.
I know this is going to sound kind of weird, but I mean, I don't know if us staying at the Wayward thing is really that big of a deal. I mean,
It
they don't.
depends on how Howard wants to play it.
Yeah, they don't know
I don't
us.
want them to like leave at 6
except-
in the morning for an early start and have us show up at 7.
Well, I'm just saying that if somebody wants to kind of stay, on watch, and then that way we can kind of rotate or whatever. If they leave out, then we're going to be right there. Unlike if we go to the dojo, if somebody has to come and get us, then they could be out the gate already.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know if us staying in the tavern is that much of an issue.
Yep.
I agree.
So,
All right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if LaFay wants to
Which gate
into
are they
his
going to
kitty
leave out
form.
of? Which gate are they going to leave out of it when they go towards the?
It could be several
West
of them.
Gate,
That's
West
the
Gate
problem.
could be the dock, could be the West Gate.
I got you.
Yeah, there's several.
Yeah, I think if we check in, then just wild shape into the cat again, just to not hopefully alert anybody, for a short
Yeah, and
period
then
of
that
time.
way we can, switch off as far as watch or whatever. And,
Yeah, I'm feeling bad for Uhtred. He hasn't gotten to kill anything in a couple of minutes.
I mean, sometimes
Not looking
that's how
good
it
for this
goes.
week either.
He's gonna have blue swords.
It's okay.
It's warm in here if you don't have the door open. Okay, I'll close it.
Okay, so we're gonna check in.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
okay. I can close it part of the way. Getting very tired.
But we're still posting somebody as a
Getting very
lookout.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we
Yeah.
can definitely do that. Now,
I'm
what
getting
time is it,
unnaturally
Howard?
tired.
Hey, it's well late into the evening, to the point that they were getting ready to close down by the time, because you guys spent 3 hours observing the place and bribing the barmaid.
Is it? Yeah, the Anna's able to see though, because there's like the lights are on in the city, right?
The city has magical lanterns that light up in the evening.
Yeah.
You were just out there, didn't you see?
Yeah, so I think that, I mean, I'm okay to be there for the first few hours or whatever, then go back and get somebody else.
All right.
So
I guess we'll do what? I'm halfway tempted to just say, let's just go back, not watch the bar, and just make sure that we're here early.
Yeah, but the only problem is we don't know when.
We don't, but if
When
we
they're
get here,
gonna leave.
if we get here at like 5 or 6, then they're probably not going to be marching out the street by then, unless they think that they're being watched. Otherwise, we're going to be here like real time the rest of the playtime, like trying to hash out a rotation to watch the bar without getting busted for vagrancy.
yeah,
So let's just assume that they're not going to leave until a normal hour, and then we'll get here earlier so that we can be in place to watch.
All right.
Any objections?
Nope.
no, I agree.
All right.
Fine. That's fine.
So we'll go back, we'll sleep, we'll make sure we set our alarm clocks. Well, I'll set the chicken to 5 a.m. Henry's probably used to getting up that early anyway to do low squats over a candle or something.
Right.
All right, so you're going up and asking for rooms?
No, we're going back to the dojo.
Oh,
I,
Alright,
I said we're gonna go back to the dojo and then make sure we're up early enough to come back in time to make sure that most normal people wouldn't have left by then. Okay. We're not gonna like I said, we don't want to like meet at the ice bucket.
all right, very good. So Moonbridge at night, by the way, is stunning to see. It
Very
glows.
romantic. If I ever find the right halfling lady, I'll take her to see it.
It glows in the moonlight, and kind of lights up the water underneath it, and it kind of arches up. So as you walk across it, you get high and you can see down onto the city. Very picturesque. So you go back to the dojo. You all crash there. Is Anna crashing there?
How far is the Falukon from the dojo?
It's just beyond Maliki's leg towards
It's
the
real
river.
close. It's a few blocks.
It's like over here.
Well, I guess given the
Yeah.
circumstance, it'd probably be better for me just to stay with the group, even though, I'd rather go back to my own bed.
All right. So you crash out.
Yep, we'll
Um,
make sure the rooster's set.
How is it you do that?
Well, you wind him up. The trick is finding the key.
No, seriously, how do you wake up?
Skilled adventurer training.
Well, I'm asking if someone's just going to stay awake or you're going to take
I'll stay
someone's
awake.
awake the whole time.
Don't we have acolytes at the dojo that we can have wake us up? You know, like room service.
Students.
Like pledges.
But your students are like kids.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Yeah, even better.
I'll stay.
With the threat
They
of
won't
getting
give us lip.
Right. You can really intimidate them.
Oh boy.
I'll stay up.
Your name is Flounder.
Why flounder? Why not?
All right. So
I'll split it with you, Matt, so that you don't end up with a point of exhaustion.
Right.
But doesn't Conway usually get up at like 4 a.m. anyway?
Yeah.
He's
You're not
usually
sure.
on last
You're not
watch,
sure
so
when.
he's-
You're not sure when he sleeps.
So I mean, if he usually gets up at 4
Heard
a.m.
him drooling
anyway,
and
then
farting in his sleep.
it's all good.
Right.
He's using a little of that monk powder, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peruvian monk powder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who needs sleep when you got monk powder?
Yep.
All right. And so, like at first light, before first light, what are we talking about?
Before
Yeah.
first light.
Yep.
Okay. So as you start to see the sky start to change, I assume you wake everyone up.
Yep.
All right.
Flounder wakes everybody up.
Flounder is the name of the stick that I hit you with.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And you go back across. Are you going in? You what's the plan from here?
I will walk by and look in through the many windows that you said it has, and see if there's anybody out and about inside. I'm hoping that we are early enough that since it's before first light, there's not going to be anybody there. Like maybe the bartender, probably not.
There's you spend a minute or two looking in, and you do catch a glimpse of the cook.
Yeah. But they're not like washing dishes or anything like that. Like somebody already got up, ate, and left.
No, it looks like they're preparing food or something.
Right. All right. So I let the party know that, it doesn't look like they've left yet. Let's get inconspicuous locations. When they come out, then I'll follow them. I'll mark it so that you guys can follow me at a distance without getting too much attention.
Is there much activity on the street?
Right. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong map.
That's all right.
There we go. All right. And starting to transition to daylight.
That one weird kid's still standing there staring at us. I thought they were strong on vagrancy in this town, but clearly not.
All right, so let's be careful. That's another halfling. That's not a kid. They get really offended when you call them.
Even
I
halflings
want
have
my
kids.
$5.
That's halfling on halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the violence inherent in the system.
Help, help. He's being repressed.
All right. You guys are taking up positions.
Yep.
Here, just for Ray. I'm switching out my traffic because he's taking note of my different commoners. I didn't know I was going to have real-time traffic.
The traffic cam.
Are we supposed to be inconspicuous?
I'm supposed to be observant, Howard. That's what tells you that I'm engaged in the game.
All right, is Uhtred, LaFay, Anna, you guys staying where you're at?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Are we supposed to be inconspicuous at all?
Yes.
Or? All right. Should I roll my stealth so that I'm more inconspicuous?
Well, don't just
than...
stand in front of the door of the inn, maybe.
Is that where I'm at?
Yes.
No,
You're like standing. You're standing across the street directly in front of the door of the inn that they're going to come out of.
This is. You're talking to Ferris. Ferris is over here.
Oh.
This is the door.
Okay. I'm gonna slide back into this alleyway.
I just got a black screen. Let me refresh.
Yeah, your token just appeared, so maybe. Yeah. All right. Who is nearest to the entrance of the tavern?
Right now, you are.
I am. Oh, okay, let me go ahead and move over.
Everyone, scatter! Ollie, ollie, oxen free.
Right.
Well, doing empire work, empire work.
Oops.
Lots of empire work.
Marco.
Yeah, here seems good.
Do I need to roll stealth or anything?
Yeah, you can all roll stealth. Let's see how good you're hiding.
Ooh, I get to roll.
Because you're trying to be inconspicuous, right?
Correct.
That's right.
Lurk in shadows. So when then,
And it's one of my specialties, according to my character sheet.
Same here.
yeah, I don't think you're as good as Ray.
I was the first one to get off the streets, and I'm gonna have the worst roll.
Like when the cat hides in the curtains, but you can still see their paws sticking out from the bottom.
Yep, exactly.
Uhtred, I don't know why you bother.
Yeah, really.
Put a lampshade on his head.
Yeah,
Are you,
Don't mind me.
he just stands across the way.
Friendly
What?
neighborhood half
What are you
orc
gonna do
here.
about it?
He's like, what?
My thing's
All
been
right.
very slow, Howard. I don't know if
well, you're kind of off to the side.
yeah.
A couple steps down a little bit of an alleyway there. You're hanging with Conry and Uhtred at the moment.
Yeah. So
Oh, is that who's next to me? Oh, good. Yeah.
You're hiding behind Uhtred.
Right.
All right, very good. Then, so your plan is from here to just watch the door
Correct.
for how
Do we
long?
have anybody? Do we have anybody out around back or anything?
No, but we don't have any reason to think that they would come out the back.
Okay.
I did check around the thing looking for the stables, Howard. Is there even a back door?
No. There doesn't
Oh.
appear to be.
There's your answer. If they want a back door, they're going to have to cut through the wall.
Well, there's windows.
Sure, but, who leaves by window other than party members?
Yeah.
All right. And so you're waiting for someone that matches your description to come out.
Correct.
So how long are you going to wait?
I guess a few hours.
Okay. The stealth check. Actually, the
All right.
kind of
Nice.
stealthy. Okay. So we just have a couple minutes left in our session here.
I'd say leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Let the audience anticipate what's going to happen next.
A couple hours more of arguing about details about who can take watch and how Uhtred wants to kill everything.
No, just something.
You don't care what. You just want to.
Anything.
He doesn't want to kill
Something.
everything. He's just not discriminate about what he kills.
Right. Uhtred tortured animals as a child, didn't he?
No, not at all. I mean, he ate things, but
Were they still alive when you started eating them?
come on, he's an orc. Of course, he ate things that were still alive. I mean,
Right.
part of their. It's one of their
Anyway,
four
do you
food
want to
groups.
sign out?
Well, thanks to our throngs of loyal watchers.
All two of them. Thank you.
All two. Appreciate it. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, everyone.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
Here we go.